What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Big Think Dimension, the only gaming podcast for the modern giga-brained gamer. I'm your host, Dan Video Games, and with me, as always, are our online co-hosts, KZ Excellent from KZExcellent.com.
I'm alive.
And Mr. Feel from Mr. Feel's Wild Ride.
Pound sign freaker gang.
And our locally area networked Bob Video Games.
Hey, everybody.
How's it
Locally
going?
grown.
As you may have heard from KZ, this episode of Big Think Dimension is coming to you live from a leper colony.
What are you talking about?
Damn it, that was going to be the name of my first live album.
Live from the leper colony.
Don't worry about it.
But we've got a decent bit of news to talk about. I'm not sure what we have to talk about and what we've played because I told Mr. Feel he has to wait until next week when half of the cast isn't dying to turn it into a Days Gone spoiler cast episode of Big Think Dimension.
Now they need to understand the approach of this Days Gone spoiler cast. Now, initially, the plan was that I would edit a spoiler cast for this. However, Feel has demonstrated his desire to make a 5-hour-long spoiler cast and the ability to do so. So it's going to be in a Big Think Dimension episode, because fuck that shit. Get out of here.
I'll probably just upload it as a separate file I cut out. But, hey, Bob.
Hey, Dan.
What have you been playing since last week?
That's like a bonus.
The only thing other than, the stream we did.
And Deacon Days Gone.
And Deacon Days Gone.
Days gone, man.
With his rival, Freaker St. John.
Yes. See, Bob and I have a disagreement. Bob says his rival should be Freaker St. John, and I told him his rival should be Sean Satan Gone.
No, he has a rival character. There is a Virgil to Deacon St. John.
Well, we haven't made it there yet, so we're doing our armchair dance.
Gamer Premonitions, Days Gone, it's already out.
No telling what to do, though. No one can play it.
No one knows what's on the back half.
Don't worry. We can do it. We can do a Gamer Premonitions for Days Gone 2 once you see the incredibly Kino secret movie.
Secret movies are really king now.
Secret movies are great. Is it like the Kingdom Hearts ones?
Yeah, it's like the Lord of the Shadow one.
Don't say kinda.
Hey, Bob, what have you been playing aside from Deacon Days Gone?
What I've been playing other than that is the Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge got put onto back compat for Xbox One.
That makes all three. You've collected all the Infinity Stones.
Yes.
That's raw.
It is pretty raw.
Is it any better than everybody said at launch?
It's better than 2?
Yeah, Razor's Edge fixed a lot of problems 3 had.
Right.
So, my favorite thing about Razor's Edge is when it came out and some game journalists were like, in my opinion, it made the game worse.
That's insane. I mean, game journalists are already insane. When Ninja Gaiden 3 came out, they said it had Dynasty Warriors combat.
It's true. I remember that.
Which makes no sense.
It's one of those things I branded onto my back to grow further hatred against humanity.
But yeah, Razor's Edge, this is the first time playing it other than Wii U. So it runs like really well now because it's on the Xbox One X.
Yeah. And it's 4K.
It's 4K.
Damn, that's not even remotely the same game at that point.
But yeah, I feel like if you've tried Razor's 3 regular and you just hated it, I would still give Razor's Edge a chance. They fixed a lot of stuff. I feel like it's still it's up there in like it's not as good as 1 or Sigma 2.
I kind of liked it more than 2.
Yeah.
I played 99% of it. I got to the final boss and gave up because it wasn't a normal final boss. It has a really stupid gimmick.
Yeah, I remember something about it being weird. I can't remember right now because it's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I like it more than Vanilla 2 for sure because Vanilla 2 is just bad. Like, it's got a lot of problems. So I'd say, like, in terms of Ninja Gaiden, this goes 1, Black.
Mm-hmm.
Then it goes to Sigma 2, and then Razor's Edge is probably the third.
Oh, wow. So
probably
Razor's Edge is beneath Sigma 2.
I need to replay Sigma 2 more. Those two are probably neck and neck.
Okay.
But yeah, there's still lots of weird jank in this that's left over from them trying to make it a more cinematic experience. Like walk and talk.
You get weird stuff like fight a dragon that's also a jet.
Yeah, some of the bosses are pretty cool. I mean, there's T-Rex with tons of metal stuff shoved into his head.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds all right.
That sounds kind of raw.
I kind of like the rival character. I like the musketeer-esque dude with the rapier more than the spider ninja.
I think they're both really cool in their own way. Like, Genshiken is just absurdly edgelord, and then the guy in this one is just very flamboyant, and that's fun.
So he's Isaac?
A little bit.
Okay.
Not that flamboyant. Nobody is.
That's a Curse of Darkness reference, everyone.
Isaac is voiced by Liam O'Brien. You have to be voiced by Liam O'Brien to be on that level of flamboyant.
But one good thing about Ninja Gaiden 3 is Patrick Seitz voices a lot of random enemies, so you get to hear a lot of him saying, "I'm not done yet," as you chop him in half.
That just continues my insistence that if you have a character that's going to get owned, you have to have Patrick Seitz voice them. That's all Ragna does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he's a real badass while getting owned.
But apparently, like, Ninja Gaiden 3 is originally written partially by some of the guys from the original Ninja Gaiden series.
Yes.
And I think that has a lot to do with why the writing ended up so bad. Like, I think they tried to go in after him and fix it, because he seems upset with the way it turns out. Because I read an interview with him long after the game was released when he was more open about talking about how it didn't go the way he wanted to do. And half of that game initially is way too, like, goes for a grim, dark attitude of, oh, Ryu Hayabusa, is he really a hero? He's out here murdering people. And then they even have mechanics in the original release of the game where everyone's like running from him as you go murder him.
Was Ryu Hayabusa ever a hero? Like, I thought the first game it was like, I want revenge. And then the second game was like, I want revenge.
Yeah, but it's usually like, well, I'm doing this because I need to save the world and also revenge. Like, there's not...
Does it count as saving the world? Do you count as a hero if it's like, I'm going to kill this guy, he just happens to be wanting to destroy the world?
Yes.
I think it kind of works out, because he doesn't seem malicious other than that.
If the police stop somebody for a routine ticket and shoot them 47 times, and it turns out that they're a terrorist, is it okay that the cop shot them?
Let me put it this way. If a cop pulls over a guy who he's seen take a shit on 3 lawns along the way, and then it turns out the dude was a terrorist, I think that would be okay. What I'm trying to say is stop shitting on Ryu Hayabusa's lawn.
But yeah, I mean,
we don't have to play. We don't have to play what ifs in Florida with that. With that story.
Oh no!
We find out on the news. But nice hypothetical.
So would you say that Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge, would you say that the lack of oatmeal is noticeable?
My God,
We're still going with this.
Why are you doing propaganda against that man?
He's bad.
And looks like oatmeal, evidently.
Allegedly?
Allegedly.
Yeah, you always gotta say that.
Especially when things are alleged. That's how that word works.
But yeah,
I'm on a ledge right now.
Staring down the barrel of 45.
I guess so. I mean, it's hard to tell exactly like what Igaki brought, because 1 and 2 are so different. Like, 1 is actually a good game, and then 2 is a complete mess.
And so it only took him 7 years to make 1.
Are we counting until Black was released?
No, but we can. That would be fun. In fact, my number's way more accurate if you do that, so please do that. Thank you.
I need all the help I can get with this number.
I just
made it up. We can pick the more generous one that makes me less wrong.
Man, I still remember seeing ancient stuff in, I think, GamePro for Ninja Gaiden long before release.
It was originally for the fucking Dreamcast.
Jesus.
That shit's been in development since, what was it, 98? 99?
99. It was 99. It was supposed to be a Dreamcast, and it was supposed to be a PS2 game.
Yeah.
The PS2 is just too weak. I think that's what they said. I don't know.
That's what Itagaki said, because everything's a penis to him.
Yes.
The PS2 couldn't have run fucking Ninja Gaiden. No.
It did have fairly large areas, but if you got... I mean, like, we have Jack and 2 and 3 where data streaming was going well and all that. Maybe it could happen.
You would have to change how it looks.
Yeah, for sure.
Because for one, the PS2 just flat out doesn't have 64 megs of fucking RAM, so no, it couldn't. Bob, you been playing anything else?
No, that's really it. That's my Ninja Gaiden segment for this week. But hey, that's 3 Ninja Gaiden games all on Xbox One. 2 of them released within a month. I have some confidence they're going to bring the series back.
That makes me think we might be about to see something. Yeah. I imagine Neo 2 is probably almost done, so Ninja Gaiden coming back is probably the next thing they're working.
That would be really smart.
Because Ninja Gaiden, like going back to these Ninja Gaiden games, like Neo might be one of their better action games, just because they think about balance more. I feel.
Yeah,
I liked Neo a hell of a lot more than I liked any of those Ninja Gaiden games.
I mean, the thing is, like, you know how your list had the first game in the entry at the top?
Yeah, right. They clearly just fell off the truck fast, mainly because of that dismemberment system they put in. And that ruined the series forever.
Neo has a cat clock.
Also that.
Has a cat what?
Clock.
Mm-hmm. Raw.
Yeah, there's a character who tells the time by looking at the pupils of a cat he carries, which apparently is an actual fucking thing.
Oh my god, I forgot that he even did that.
That seems insane. Well, I actually haven't been playing anything other than dealing with YouTube shenanigans and finding out our video workflow causes flickering elements in footage to distort horrifically and blur across multiple frames. So you can guess how great that would go for Castlevania month, the month where when anything gets hit, it blinks.
Oh no!
So at the last minute, I had to completely redo a lot of work, and it was bad. I basically didn't sleep for a bit there, but I didn't play anything this week. Closest thing to playing anything. Bob and I went to a baby shower, and they were like, "Hey, be a normal person." And me and Bob are standing in the corner, and we're like, "Nah, dog." We don't even know.
My feet hurt. The music is too loud. I wish I was at home playing video games.
No, we were literally there because the husband's like, "Please, brother, I beg you." Because the bride's,
"Please, come."
Daniel, hold this. I'm coming!
While you may have finished those games, Zobek will live on for the rest of time.
What a shame, old friend.
No, it was we were literally just there because he had, what was it, 30 people on her side of the family, and they're all extremely social, and he's an introvert. So no joke, we were there just for him.
You were there for emotional support. You all stood completely silently.
Well, you know, when a kid's running around the party and he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna factory reset your phones, give them to me," and one person fell for it, maybe you're justified when you go in another room and lock the door.
Oh my god.
I mean, the worst part was this was the kid at the front who was trying to man the name tag thing. We walk in and I come in third, and he goes, "What's your name?" And I go, "Oh, I'm Dan." And they go, "Oh, like Dan TDM?" And I'm like, no. Just put Dan.
Dan video games.
Dan video games, completely different. No,
Dan
I'm not.
TDM.
He's a YouTuber. Hot with the kids.
Oh, it's somebody I never heard of.
I was filming a wedding once, and the kids had him on the TV. I don't know how to describe that style of YouTube in a positive way, so I cannot describe it to you. I apologize.
Hey, I'm a master of non-false positivity, so I will look him up.
Is it the yelling? Is it just like the very yelling and this is for 12-year-olds, let me yell, I probably have dyed hair style of YouTube?
Well, up until the dyed hair, I was wondering if Phil was talking about me.
Okay.
I yell.
Now I will describe a thumbnail on a 6-hour-old video that they have right here.
Okay.
It is Fortnite. He has dyed like blue hair. He's making the face where you would go, "Oh!" He's doing that with the white outline that's kind of badly cut. With the title, "Reacting to Tilted Towers Destroyed in Fortnite."
He does Minecraft and Fortnite videos, so it's for 12-year-olds.
He has 21 million YouTube subscribers.
Yeah, of course.
He's like Jacksepticeye secret clone.
His evil clone? You thought Jacksepticeye might be the evil one, but this guy's here to set you straight.
Hey, he's got some great videos here, all right? He's got that. He's got Dab Lasagna.
Okay, I can't. But anyway, here's the third part of this fucking situation. Right after I tell that kid no and just write Dan, he writes Dan TDM anyways, and Tosh like grabs a Sharpie and writes down Dan and puts it on a name tag. I pull up my phone to entertain myself on Twitter. Twitter's like, hey, trending news, a YouTuber got arrested for 10 years because of child pornography possession. And I was like, I had a great time to get compared to a kid YouTuber.
Oh, no.
It was
no.
It was a great moment.
That's when you go, I'm a video producer.
I'm really
I do color grading.
I do color grading and video analysis.
You know all the technical terms so you can trick them.
It's true.
This is what I do on YouTube, and you just fold your arms.
I once tricked someone by using the most technical term I had at the time because I was very tired. Crossfades.
Hey, man.
It worked.
It worked. Yeah, of course. It's okay. I just get halfway through explaining the setup for an episode of Button to Pixel and people fall asleep and I run away.
Yeah, because 5 years have passed.
Hey, Mr. Feel, have you played anything other than Deacon Days Gone?
I played Mega Man 1 and 2 on stream. Mega Man 1 is a bad game.
That is also right.
It's rough, but I still appreciate it.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's painful. I hate it. Every level is boring and bad.
Don't you think you're being a little too harsh?
The Yellow Devil would be virtually insurmountable if not for the pause trick.
Yeah, I don't know how Bob didn't know about the pause trick.
Yeah, I didn't know about the pause trick, and I beat that last year.
Because Bob's a real gamer.
I hate it. Then I played Mega Man 2, which is much better. I had almost the exact same time as Bob beating that game. I would have beaten it, but I got fucked by the Boo Beam machine. I had one line missing from Crash Bomb, so I could not complete it.
Yeah, that thing is like the worst part of that game.
It really is. Ugh.
Other than that, that game is fine. I still like basically every NES Mega Man after it more.
Yeah.
But Mega Man 2 is a good game.
6 is Kino.
What was it?
Six was really pretty. I like 6 a lot, even if you can sleepwalk through it.
Yeah, even if you can sleepwalk through it, it's got some really neat ideas. Watching your live stream, I looked over at Bob and I was like, man, and you thought I was hard on Mega Man 1. Jeez. This is great. I love being the moderate in a room.
Well, look at him. He's our Alex Jones. Of course it is.
I mean, saying Mega Man 1 is a trash fire isn't as deceptive as InfoWars usually is.
Yeah. The real Mega Man 11's coming out next year.
Yeah. I played a game that's been in development a long time. It's free, and it came out in the past couple days. Memoirs of Magic. I played some of that. It's made on the Doom engine. It literally runs in GZ Doom.
Cool.
It's like a first-person RPG shooter. It looks really nice. It's very colorful. It in terms of style, it's kind of like if you mashed Mischief Makers and Quest 64 together, you get the aesthetic of this game.
Quest 64, the pinnacle.
Now that's an aesthetic.
It's very hard. I died like 15 times on the very first enemy encounter because I didn't understand how the enemies worked, and then I figured it out. And it's good. I mean, it's hard to do. It's hard to do better than free.
Yeah, that's true.
I'll throw a link. Since it's free and it's on itch.io, I'll throw a link to Dan and he can put it in the description.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
This goes up.
Yeah.
Did I play anything else? No, that's it. But now I have to kill a bit. I have in my hand a Nutrigrain bar, a strawberry Nutrigrain bar.
Oh god, one of the worst.
You on a bit of a kick? Yeah, you picked like the worst fucking flavor too. Wow.
See, I thought apple would be the worst.
Apple's the worst.
They're all
listen to these
wide
things.
awake.
I only have the apple ones. They're raw.
Oh my god.
But I'm going to eat this.
Why?
I should note that it's in my hand. It's unwrapped. It has a very rustic, grain-like crust, which is a complete lie because I looked at the nutritional information and there is no fiber in this whatsoever, so I don't know why it's trying to lie to me by having seeds on top of the crust.
Can you work into your review of this product various Steve MRE info quotes?
I don't watch that, Dan, so I can't.
Oh wow. Okay, I thought.
But I am trying this for you, the people, so you don't have to.
People thought GigaBoots Eat was gone, but it's back.
It's just mutated.
So I'm gonna take a bite now.
Bob, if you were to rate a Nutrigrain bar while he's eating out of 10, go.
It'd probably get like a 3.
Yeah.
That's harsh.
That tasted like strawberry flavored depression.
Yes, that is exactly what a Nutrigrain bar tastes like. It tastes like chronic depression.
Hey, all you need is one bar and you're filled till lunch.
No!
I just
you
ate
a
that
bird?
entire bar. I feel like I ate nothing.
Yeah!
I feel like there was no substance to that whatsoever.
That's why it's so upsetting. Because it didn't taste good and it didn't fill you. And you know damn well it was bad for you.
I still have 7 left because I had to buy a box.
Just feed the birds.
Might I suggest throwing them at people?
No, we have plenty of podcasts to make.
I'm probably just going to take them to my sister's work and just leave them on the table. Be
Hey.
like, here, if anybody wants these.
That'll work. People fall for that trap all the time.
So that's the end of that.
KZ, what did you play in the last week?
All right, so thinking about it, in hindsight, the phrase eating one Nutrigrain bar and you're good till lunch might have just been an excuse my mother gave me because we were poor.
Yeah.
I mean, I've lived that life before. It doesn't work.
And that's one of those bruh moment revelations you have now and not at the time.
See, I had government peanut butter, and that was still better than that Nutrigrain bar.
Right.
Now, I was trapped in that weird wage trap where, they're like, all right, you go to school, we can't give you a free lunch, but we can give you like the reduced price and you can pick up the value items.
You can get yourself a bread tangle of pizza.
That's actually, I was in the exact same thing. Of like, you have reduced price lunches. And I'm like, wow, that's like free.
But they also cut out all of the decent looking foods there.
Wait, you're
So
saying
like you can't pick the pizzas up. We cooked these.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God. Every time I think of lunchroom pizza, I just remember one time.
For the first couple years before, while my parents were in college, because they didn't go to college till after I was born, and they were like in their late 30s when I was born. They have free lunches in the summer,
movie?
Sorry, what'd you
so
say?
I got to eat those.
What'd you get to eat?
Because the idea is, well, kids need free lunch during the year.
Uh-huh.
They obviously are still going to need it during the summer, so at every public park in town, like a lunch truck comes and gives out boxed lunches.
Huh. I've never heard of that.
It's a lot better than my story.
They probably phased that out once the 80s ended.
Yeah, it was part of the Star Wars program.
Hey, we're recording this on May.
Please do not!
Bleep it out. Just cut that entire part out.
I am fucking bleeping that.
Why?
Handsome Joe shows
Not a
up
fan
on
of
my
Star Wars?
podcast. It's fucking Handsome Joe shows up on my live stream. The second it clicks over to midnight, he's like, "Hey guys," and we're just like,
May the be with you.
Be with you.
"Oh great, that's more things to
What is
bleep
wrong
out."
with the Star Wars hashtag brand? Hashtag Kylo Ren.
Did you play anything, Casey?
All right, so the only thing I tested various games because the event of the century finally happened.
Finally.
In which this television that you ordered for me finally arrived.
It was real after all.
It was. We were in a call playing Smash Brothers, and you said, "Hey, in 20 minutes they're gonna arrive," and they in fact did, and they pulled up. They're like, "We need to test this television and come into your house at 5:30 in the morning," and I said, "No," but they went anyway, and they did it, and then they just left it half opened in the box again when they were done, and then I had to figure out I had to move it into the room, and I remember as we hung up, you said, "KZ, I know you're real tired. Make sure not to set this up since you're tired. That might break." And I went, "Yeah, Dan, I'm doing this. I'm not gonna fucking wait." Especially now because they didn't repackage it, so it would just be sitting out there. It might get eaten.
Right, yeah. No, I get it. I get roommates. Sometimes roommates eat shit. Like TV.
Yeah.
And friends.
If you didn't want me to eat your OLED, you should have put your name on it.
I set it up, got it working, made it so the colors didn't look dead inside. Had to follow like a YouTube tutorial on it. Got scared when it asked me for my Wi-Fi information. And like that, a TV was born.
Don't sign up for the thing that lets you use the voice to text. That's when things get weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when they arrest my penis.
Then you played Kingdom Hearts 2 on it and went, wow, Dan was right about everything.
Yeah, he really was. That does look great in 4K.
This is the best arc in GigaBoots history.
Yeah, it really is unfortunate that I was running KH3 in the 4K mode, and then I'm doing prep for the marathon that's going to happen on Tuesday, which, getting sick, by the way, really didn't help that
Not
at all.
so much.
So I had to switch to 1080p because my capture doesn't support 4K. And I went and I looked, I'm like, oh god, this game does look a good bit worse now. Oh god.
It's true.
Oh god, he's right. Why is he always right? Why is Dan Video Games the most right person I know? I'm getting mad at 4K vision charts on Twitter. I didn't talk about it, but I got mad.
This is the best. It really is.
Fucking wasps on Twitter being like, no one needs 1440p on their phone. You can't see it. I'm like, motherfucker, yes you can.
Yeah, Carlton Bale, who is a hack fraud, and made that fucking chart that's like, you need a 150-inch TV to see 4K at 5 inches away.
Isn't he from the Fresh Prince?
No, that's a different
Carlton
Carlton.
Banks?
There's more than one Carlton, and it was Bale, not Banks.
Oh, fuck. he cut out for me, so he said Carlton And an educated guess. That's all I've been playing.
Yeah, he's like, 4K isn't real, and then he Fortnite dances.
Oh, God.
Anyway, that's it.
Okay, cool. I'm glad you're enjoying the TV. I'm glad you've seen how nice Kingdom Hearts can look in 4K. Because, oh,
Dude,
God.
this thing's so fucking big that I just angle my monitors and I can be in the back of the room and watch things now.
It's nice not having to gather around your displays like someone trying to stay warm around a fire.
True.
Okay, well.
Quite warm.
With that out of the way, I guess we can talk about the news. Oh, wait, the Podlords.
Who?
And the Podlords.
Oh, right. Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Why is everyone overreacting? I don't even know what's going on right now. Man, this is a weird show we run. The Podlords for this episode of the Big Think Dimension are Not Gak, Lady Popcorn, Ely Broyles, and Bam Madrigal. Thank you very much, Podlords. You're still
Hashtag Team Bam.
hashtag.
Yeah, I just had a mini stroke because of that.
It will never be normal.
The worst part is I imagine Bam Madrigal skateboards, and it's like, no, I'm not Bam Marchand.
I think the best part is I'm going to forget every time you say it.
Yeah, we know about your crippling brain disease. We've recorded cursed content, Captain N, with you.
I mean, I went to your stream last night for 5 minutes, and when I come in, you're talking about my fucking tragic brain damage.
I don't remember doing it, but I'm sure it happened.
I mean, probably.
I'm pretty sure Bob's the one that initiated that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. It was really impressive. We were like, hey, Casey, mention a character from Captain N, and then it was 10 minutes of radio silence, and Casey goes, I don't remember anything we watched.
Donkey Kong's toenail.
See? That's what must anchor you to this world. The memory of ripping off Donkey Kong's toenail.
Super Mario.
Oh no, it's exactly like that podcast we need out. So we've got
It's a
some
blast
news.
from the past.
Oh no, please. I'm
Super Mario.
driving right out of here. Bob,
You reminded me. It's gonna be like this
news?
for the rest of the fucking podcast.
You have some
Yes,
news,
Dan,
Bob?
I have some news.
Oh, that's great. Great news, Bob. I'm glad you have news.
Platinum Games did an interview with, Atsushi Inaba from Platinum Games did an interview
With
just somebody, and it got
okay, with the ghost.
look,
Got it.
With a press sneak fuck.
basically. But I was some Japanese magazine, so now it's been translated, and Gematsu
Okay,
posted it.
gotcha.
So I don't know the original.
Well, at least
interviewee.
Gamatsu has been credited. That's
Yes.
something. Now,
Right.
I read a forum post that said this guy interviewed Atsushi Inaba.
Hey, he brought news. He put his arm into the abyss. And
put his arm into the pain
Platinum
box.
Games development news.
I didn't make this up. I didn't make any of this up.
You promise?
I promise.
You promise?
All right, now I gotta fact check it.
So, Bob, tell me what you think Atsushi Inaba would say if interviewed.
He would probably do the Fortnite dance and then fly away.
God damn it.
But actually, he said that the design process for Bayonetta 3 is going to be very different from the first two.
Thank God.
Good.
So, who knows how far away that is from actually happening?
I don't care.
I'm
Right.
assuming that when we saw it last 2017's Game Awards, it was a this is now in development type deal.
Yeah,
I assume
it seemed like
had
that even
absolutely
then.
no work done.
Yeah.
They are working on an unannounced title that has never been done before. And that's in quotes. He said that directly.
So
I hope it's not multiplayer. I hope it's some weird single player game.
wait.
I hope it's something
Are-
that somehow has witch time in it.
Are they working on an actually good Senran Kagura game? Is that the thing they're working on that's never been
That'd
done
be
before?
wrong.
No, you're making his pee-pee go up.
Senran
You can just
Kagura
hear that. Make that a button.
and Hair
His
Witch.
reaction needs to be a button.
Let's see. They're also moving towards self-publishing to have more freedom with their IPs.
Which is neat, but that scares me.
So nobody can fuck us.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll still do.
Yeah.
You know that their people are always going to want to platinum games.
Yeah, they're still going to do third-party collaborations. They said that that's not stopping, but they want to own their own stuff. So they're moving away from doing a lot of the third-party stuff.
Nintendo helped them out good.
I really hope that my dream platinum game for a while has been make God Hand 2 starring Blacker Baron from Anarchy Reigns.
That'd be cool shit.
Yeah, them taking a swing on a God Hand style thing would be neat to see.
Because they've done like they did their version of Devil May Cry, which is Bayonetta. Then they did their version of Beautiful Joe, which is Wonderful 101. So I'd like to get just to round out them being like, this is our version of Clover things. I'd like them to just do like an Okami and a God Hand.
Well, they are working on 2 self-owned IPs, so maybe that you'll get your wish. And that's everything.
That's everything?
Which is crazy, because they already have that, they have the other Nintendo thing, Astral Chains, they're working on.
Yeah, they got Astral Chain coming out later this year.
Astral Chains is virtually done. I'm sure it's just in testing. That's
But
it.
they also get, Babylon's Fall.
Yeah.
I assume that's almost done also.
We've seen nothing of that game, so that'll be an extra shock.
We saw nothing of Astral Chains, then it was like, yeah, it's out in 6 months.
Yeah, but we saw zero gameplay. We at least saw some gameplay snippets of Astral Chains.
Yeah, but we didn't see Astral Chains until it was 6 months out. So I assume the next time we see Babylon's Fall, it'll just be like, it's out in 6 months.
Yeah, I figure that's something else we'll see at this E3, and then it'll come out.
Yes, because Square's doing their own conference this year, aren't they?
I don't know. I feel like they're
They
not.
are. They actually they got Sony's spot.
Okay.
So they got
cool.
Sony spots, so that I'm sure we'll see it then.
Sony's like, okay, we're ready to do a PS5 conference next year. And they're like, wait, what do you mean someone took our slot? And the head of the ESA is like, sorry, you've been sniped by time.
Square's like, no, you can have it. You take all of our good trailers anyway. Just look at last year. Xbox and Sony just sucked up all the good trailers. They're like, you want a rerun of this Kingdom Hearts one with like 10 seconds of different footage?
Audience completely silent, crickets. So in the quiet, man.
Okay, so we're moving you to a 4th location. Everybody please get in single file. We're going to another barn now.
It was a part
Thank
of
you.
It was a part of our deal in order to get this room for E3.
I'm imagining that where they're like, Sony doubles down and does the moving you to different events, but they also do it for third parties. They're like, all right, please move. We're going to Midgar.
Man, I hope Sony comes back with a real conference next year. I hope that last year they blew so much money that they'll never do it again. I hope that's not what happened.
I kind of feel like it's just gonna be the Sony Directs now.
Right, that's my fear. But it's not as fun.
Like I feel like that's the way forward, just because everybody just watches it now. And since streaming, like, there's no reason to even have, like, let journalists watch. What's even the point other than just to let journalists clap?
Yeah, I mean, with previous one, they'd been letting just lots of public in and getting the hype going by having a whole theater of people going crazy.
Yeah.
Are fans even let into those keynotes? I thought it was all journalists.
Oh, yeah, no, the Sony ones, yeah. Sony ones.
And then Microsoft has fans, and then this big, huge crowd of paid people that's usually up front. that literally was older ones.
No, Microsoft just uses the fans now because, those fans are nuts.
Microsoft will never stop doing them because they have to lower a car down from the ceiling in every single one. And that doesn't have the same effect if it's pre-recorded.
I don't...
Oh, shit, are we getting a car this year?
Did they do that last year? I feel like they didn't bring out the McLaren last year.
I'm pretty sure they brought out a car.
Yeah, I think they brought out a car.
They either brought out a car or a sportsman. Those are the two. So you get one or the other.
Well, Pele wasn't there, so they brought out a car.
Oh, Pele was classic.
Yeah, they're like, here's Pele, and then everybody like, Americans are watching this. We don't know who he is.
Everybody's like, I love basketball.
You nailed it. Hey, Bob, do you have other news?
Yeah, I got other news stories I can go on to.
Cool, let's keep going.
Epic Games buys Psyonic. There's the guys who make Rocket League. That's cool, right? Well, later this year, Rocket League leaving leaving Steam and going only to the Epic Games Store.
Oh, they said that? Oh, man.
Yep. They said that it'll still be, the Steam version will still be reported. Yeah, not any of their press release things.
Yeah, they will support the Steam version. That will continue to happen, but you won't be able to purchase this on there anymore, at least as far as what I found.
I don't really understand Epic's weird half-assed store where they're like, we're gonna get these exclusives, and it's like, will you get other games, even games that are coming out now? No.
They don't want to actually make a real storefront, okay?
Hey, they're working on it.
What's there to work on? Like Resident Evil 2 and Sekiro. Sekiro's by Activision. It's not on Epic. Like, major games are coming out, and they're just like, it's like, we're gonna take games from Steam, but we're not going to try and directly compete with Steam by being a store that you might want to exclusively use.
I don't know. I don't know why they like this.
Also,
is the weirdest one.
None of the features Steam does.
Like,
this is the weirdest ones because I feel like Rocket League isn't going to get a big glut of new players ever. I feel like it's kind of sold most of what it's going to sell forever.
Yeah, I kind of feel like it's there.
I'm surprised they didn't just do like Rocket League 2 and that's the exclusive. Like
that might be where this is going.
That might be
where this is going.
Oof.
Like, it's just like Epic is going to pay for us to develop some big super thing, or maybe it'll be Fortnite branded.
I mean, they do. In the press releases, it sounds like they're going to have a ton more content constantly. So I'm like, oh no, is this going to be turned into Fortnite?
Oh no, more lives being destroyed.
Allegedly.
No, I don't think it's allegedly. KZ.
Thank you, KZ.
Oh shit, real.
Reality.
It is not fake. Not this time.
Not this time. No. This one's based on a true story.
They didn't create it. It happened.
This
was not made by a writer.
Our researchers found out that this actually happened. Fact.
I got another
fact with
news story here.
Picture of a gorilla in the background.
I've actually been watching that show since that meme took off. That's how I got that clip of Field of that dumb meme I made on Twitter. There. Hey, Bob.
But yeah, my last piece of news, my Switch Force collection is rated by Peggy.
Oh, shit.
It also leaked like a whole list of the games.
Is it fucking on?
Well, I mean, there's only so many.
Yeah, there are 4 games.
Is it coming out on jack shit other than the fucking Switch?
PS4, Xbox One, and Switch.
Thank God.
So yeah, everything.
I hope it'll be PC eventually. I don't know if those have to be rated by Peggy. So that might be why it wasn't rated.
If I remember, Academy was already on PC, so at least there's signs they would do that.
Yeah, I imagine that they'll get these other ones.
All their other stuff has been on PC. Like,
really?
Half Genie Hero was just like, you can pick PC.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, when you start Kickstarter, I feel like it's
you have to.
Yeah.
Because the PC audience is a large part of who's even looking at Kickstarter.
And most of the games that they've done for other people have been on PC. Like even Double Dragon Neon got put on PC eventually. It wasn't at first.
But yeah, this thing's got My Switch Force 2, My Switch Force Hose It Down, which is apparently like started as a mobile game, and then My Switch Force Academy.
I like those games. They're good. I'm excited to buy and play them. I hope they do a Shantae collection so everybody can play Shantae 1 and realize, wow, this game is really, really hard because it's like 30 minutes long.
Oh. Huh.
I guess I'll go ahead and go next.
Sure.
So, for those who didn't hear, the Valve announced a new VR headset this week.
Ooh.
It's not partnering with HTC like they were last time. This is just called the Valve Index. And they've actually changed some fundamental things about their system compared to that, along with launching it with new controllers that allow per finger movement. So it can tell like each finger whether or not it's gripping, and it's got additional buttons and things. So that way, you know, it's not just a touch controller. It's got vertical touch pads. It's got buttons. It's got other stuff. So the controllers sound
like buttons.
Yeah, buttons are important. I know because fuck, what is the name of the fucking fake ass CEO of Sony back in the PS3 days for that marketing campaign? Something Baker? Kevin Baker. Kevin Baker told me that buttons were important.
Wasn't it Kevin Butler?
Butler. There we go. He told me buttons were important. I believed him. The Kinect doesn't have buttons, so I didn't buy it. But yeah, no, it's got a lot of good stuff on that controller. The headset is an interesting thing. A lot of people don't realize why it's resoundingly better, because here's the thing. Its resolution on paper isn't better. But let me tell you about AMOLED displays and how they're fucking lying to get that number. AMOLED displays are not the actual resolution they have written down. A pixel is comprised of 3 subpixel elements, red, green, blue. AMOLED cheats, and it only counts 2 subpixel elements as a pixel. So that is basically them fudging their number by 33 or 50%. So on paper, it's the exact same resolution, but it's now LCD, and it runs at a much higher refresh rate. The original HTC Vive Pro was 90 hertz. This one's 120 to 144. And also, it has a wider field of view, going up from 110 degrees to 130. If I remember correctly, 110 is about where the Oculus Rift was. Let me look that up real quick. And field of view. The reason why this is important is because when you put the headset on, for anyone who hasn't tried a VR headset before, the field of view is literally how much of the game are you going to see versus how much black is there going to be. Like how much of your vision is darkness and how much of it is you immersed in the game world. And one of the main points against the Oculus, but for the PlayStation 1, was that, here we go, was that the PlayStation VR had a larger field of view. And I didn't think it would be that massive of a thing, but when I got to try out an Oculus Rift afterwards, it really did just feel like I was looking at a thing in a box. Like it was that constrained. So knowing that Valve has gone in the direction of, with the Valve Index, of raising the field of view up to 130 degrees is really nice. And yeah, now that it has like full pixels for each thing in the resolution, it should be a much sharper image, which has less of a, what's the term they use for this? Oh, that's the normie term for it. Screen door effect, where it looks like you're looking at things through a screen door because the lenses in the headset are distorting a less sharp image over a larger area. So by increasing this to full subpixel resolution display and raising the field of view, it should have a much larger, clearer image with a much higher refresh rate. So this sounds pretty good. It's still pricey if you don't have the because for those who don't know, the Valve setup for VR has little base stations, as they call it, which help it do the very fine-grained 3D tracking. If you don't have that, if you don't have controllers and you need to get the whole thing, it's $1,000.
Whew, all the way back up.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So this may be the best VR experience on the market. So if you got a lot of money to throw at it, or you're running one of those Japanese arcades, you know, where it's just a VR room and they do crazy crap to immerse you even more, then who cares? 1,000's nothing. But if you're looking for a VR headset for your home use, the only reason this would be justified is if you are really into VR stuff. Which I can't imagine someone being really into VR stuff and not being some deviant.
What?
Maybe I'm a pessimist. I'm just saying, VR games
Dan,
are neat.
Feels right there.
VR.
No, I'm not spending $1,000 on that. Fuck that.
I think that the old Vive got down to like 500 or something. Is that right?
Yeah, they started lowering, but keep in mind, you know, that may have
Isn't
been
the Vive
with or
still
without the
1300?
base stations. The Vive Pro, let me look it up, because keep in mind the Vive Pro is a newer version of the Vive. That's still from HTC, though.
All I'm gonna say is there needs to be a lot more degeneracy available before I drop a large.
I mean, fair. Yeah, it looks like the HTC Vive Pro with everything you need comes in at $1,400. So that isn't that bad of a price compared to that. Huh. But yeah, I don't know. I think it sounds pretty great. It's got some interesting stuff with it, but since we haven't had a hands-on with every type of headset on the market, I obviously can only work off of specs. And from that, I can tell you, yeah, having a full sub-pixel array is important. That's why the PlayStation VR looks as sharp, or looks as smooth as it does as compared to the Oculus Rift that suffered from that screen door effect. And having higher refresh rates, pretty nice, but not completely necessary. And these controllers with the individual finger control sounds pretty dope. And now that the VR minute is over, so Bloodstain, they released the trailer. We got a release date. And
That was a great trailer. That was a fantastic trailer.
it was.
That motherfucker flexed on some people in that trailer.
It's good.
The fucking gall to be like, here's every comment saying my game looked like shit. Smash cut to Iga drinking wine saying, I will prove them wrong, and smashing the glass and cutting to the graphical upgrades.
It's great.
When they show the graphical upgrades, before it says old on the first one, it says poop.
Because some of the comments were like, it looks like shit, and they censored the word shit. Yeah, no, that was a great trailer. I'm glad that I have something to throw in the face of people at any time they're like, I thought that game like looked really bad or something. And it's like, oh no, you're thinking of the first demo. You fool.
I was always really optimistic about the game, but now I'm like, man, this is gonna be very, very good.
Well, I'm glad because I'm buying it on every system at least one time.
You gotta support our man. Our man.
You have no idea.
You're like,
have to buy it on every system.
I'll buy you a copy of this game.
Buy it on every system to own Konami.
We're probably going to be doing giveaways, so, you know, live streams. Anyway.
That soundtrack, though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's good. You know why it's good?
Why?
Because Inti's composer didn't make any songs past the Kickstarter.
Did more of the soundtrack come out?
Yeah, more songs have been coming out.
Okay.
But they haven't like been uploading. Well, no, they've through the Kickstarter updates, they put out a few songs for us to listen to.
Right.
But every time it's like, it's Michiru and this other person. It is not that person from Inti.
Oh yeah, no, they did
yeah, no
interviews like that guy's gone. He's
Well,
I still think it's like Inti Creates is making this game. 6 months later, they're not making it anymore. They're making this side game as an apology for us kicking them the fuck off the team.
yeah, no, that
And
was,
I enjoyed that side game.
Yeah, I still think that side game's probably the best Inti game. I want to go through and play it some more.
which can't be said for any
alright.
other indie game.
I beat all 4 potential playthroughs,
I
so that was good.
I was able to start that game within like 2 minutes of starting it, which is better than most NT games, it feels like.
yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't help. It helps them maybe not flap their gums so much when their game is not canon at the start. But yeah, I wish there was a themed month where that would be an appropriate game to play, but I haven't thought of one to date.
That's really unfortunate.
Yeah, it is. Casey?
Maybe you'll figure it out one day.
No. Casey, do you have any news?
All right. I didn't
wait.
plan
I
for us
didn't
to have,
actually say the fucking release date.
Oh, yeah, you didn't.
We got excited about the graphical stuff and them kicking the fucking Inti composer into space.
Hey, I'm excited to play Bloodstained on a 4K OLED television.
Yeah!
Yes.
I picked PS4 as my backer. I expect that 4K native, Iga.
Oh, yeah, that's what they're going to do. 4K native on Unreal Engine
feasible. I think
4.
he can do it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry, we'll get you 4K on the PS5.
It'll be 8K. You're gonna need to get another
So what you're
TV
telling
as
me
payment.
is that the real Bloodstained is coming out next year.
It's a good thing these LG OLED TVs are relatively affordable for the quality they give, because we're going to need 4 of them to form one 8K display, Bob.
Hey, don't worry. That's only like 4 months of podcasts or something. Don't worry about it.
It's a lot more than that. Let's see. Bloodstained's coming out on everything June 18th, except for the Switch. Xeon, you fucked up, and we told you should have gotten a normal version June 25th, 1 week later.
I wonder what the delay's for.
It's a port, so it takes longer. It's not being handled in-house. It's being ported by other individuals.
And I'm sure there's also more approval stuff with Nintendo.
Plus physical cart, probably harder to produce than disc. But,
yeah, I guess they would have promised a physical cart as well from the Kickstarter.
Yeah, but luckily,
Then they'll probably want to get the right sized cart, because maybe, I don't know how big that game is. They want to opt in for the cheaper carts, maybe, if it's smaller. Or...
Well, what size cart do you want? A shitty downloadable game that you have put on a cartridge at a bloated price, or Chungus? Yeah, my game needs the
Chungus.
I need the Chungus cart.
I need the Chungus cart.
I
can't do the cheap one where you have to download most of the game after you put it in, so they have to put that warning that ruins the box art.
They have to. You order the Chungus
2K.
card, and one of those rabbits is what delivers it.
Yes.
Oh man. So Casey, you have the best news of this week. Clearly, why don't you get it done with?
Oh yeah, the best news of this week. So Sonic the Hedgehog's getting a movie, and he has a trailer, and that trailer looked kino.
So Bob, are you gonna go see that movie?
I feel like I have to.
I'm gonna go see that movie.
I'm going to see it, but only because I know we're going to have to produce content based on it.
I'm gonna see it because you all just said you'll see it, which locks me into having to see it to do a podcast about it.
It's the most cursed thing we've ever seen a trailer for, so...
Dude, when people said Gangsta's Paradise was gonna play in that trailer, I thought it had to be a jape.
No, the funniest thing is I've been paying attention to the leaks and everything all along, so the trailer didn't even affect me. Everyone else on Twitter's dying, and I'm just staring at them. What? Did you not read the Bible? The apocalypse is here, idiots.
No, I read those. I even read the one about I was breastfed, but I wasn't prepared for so many things to become physical.
Yeah.
Also, his teeth.
You mean his human baby teeth?
Fucking Sonic and his Doug Walker teeth.
Don't worry, they're going to completely redo Sonic in the movie. The director said so.
Yeah, everybody who complained, you're killing these artists. You're totally forcing the executive to do that. He's not just a sociopath. Or alternatively, this is all some giga-brained PR move, and they were already fixing it before this trailer came out.
What? No way. Focus testing isn't a thing.
Yeah, I mean, that trailer, if you showed it to literally anyone...
That trailer, if the Sonic model wasn't so hideous, and I'm not just talking about, like, it's different from how Sonic normally looks. Like, it just looks unsettling when it moves. And if it didn't look unsettling when it moved, I'd be like, that trailer's gonna, that movie's gonna be schlock, but it'll probably be entertaining start to finish, and Jim Carrey, like Atlas, holding it on his back.
Jim Carrey's very good.
So I'm gonna go ahead and be the crazy Alex Jones for this episode of the Big Think Dimension, okay?
Okay.
Feel you can rest now. I've taken this onus from you.
Make sure to do the whole voice.
Now see the thing. Look, it doesn't look any uglier than Detective Pikachu. People just want Pikachu to be real so bad, and Sonic fans don't want that. Sonic fans want Sonic to look like Sonic, but these fucking Pokemon fans, they're just like, that's Pokemon Pikachu in the real world, so they're gonna buy all the tickets, and meanwhile the Sonic fans with standards are looked upon as the deviants. I think we know who the real perverts are.
Good lord.
The man you once were is long gone.
What I'm trying to say is, because Sonic's trailer only had one nightmare, Detective Pikachu had about 18. That affected me a lot more than the Sonic trailer by a mile.
Some great nightmares.
Just remember, if you didn't love the Detective Pikachu, you're a concentration camp guard.
Okay. I guess.
Stop it, Phil. Stop airing out your opinions on this podcast where we let you do that.
I didn't realize that that's the tier of human I was, but I guess that's okay. I mean,
Mr. Mondo.
Excuse me, it's the reviewer's job to give their opinion. Well, it was the job of the concentration camp guard.
Oh no.
Oh man. Yeah, I don't know. What was it? I enjoy those. I forget who it was, but they were tweeting. They were quote retweeting Kotaku, being like, "They said they're gonna change the look of Sonic, hooray!" And the guy was like, "I thought last week when you were talking about Sekiro, we needed to respect the artist's vision."
Yeah, that's an IGN guy.
Either way, I still think it's fucking hilarious how bipolar every fucking site is, where it's just 1 week they're gonna swing hard this way, and the next they'll swing hard the other way. Whatever's popular.
That's what happens when your entire existence exists to
get
gotcha
clicks.
people.
Yep.
Not gonna lie, I saw that tweet and I went, yeah, I see it.
Yep.
I see, hey, you could make that Sonic thing better, and hey, you could make Sekiro not, make it a little less worse.
Sekiro's perfect. It's a 10 out of 10. Ignore the fact that didn't get that.
How much did you play, Dan?
Oh.
I know you're,
I played 0
really
frames.
looking forward to it.
I didn't play a single frame of Sekiro.
I'm feeling a light 8 for Sekiro.
Bob, are you feeling a light 8 or a Chungus 8?
Are you crossing your arms?
I think I can agree with you on this. It's probably a light 8.
I'm going to give it a Chungus crossing its arms out of 10.
But my light's spelled Lite. I don't know about Fields.
Oh, so the FDA really reviews that differently?
Yeah, it does.
Oh, okay. Smart.
The Field DA?
So, KZ, you had the most exciting news of the week after the Sonic trailer.
Oh, after the Sonic trailer. I was about to do the Sonic trailer again. So, during Japan's Kingdom Hearts Orchestra World of Trace performance in Tokyo, Nomura went on stage and shared information about the upcoming Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC, because apparently we can go 3 weeks in a row with me somehow getting Kingdom Hearts into the show notes. Yeah. I started feeling bad. I'm like, I don't want this to be a bit, but it just keeps happening. It's kind of crazy. They're doing a bunch of things in one big paid DLC instead of doing like a season pass like most other AAA games do.
AKA the way you should do downloadable content.
Yeah, last year when he said, I hate DLC models, I'm like, please hate those models. I love it when you hate those modals.
Weeks pass. The DLC is only going to be available on a disc in a box at your retailer. It's $60.
Oh no, Japan.
And I'll pay it. I'll pay it.
I mean, to be honest, I might too.
Yeah, it's a regular DLC pack looking to be what you would expect from the final mixes. Because in Japan, they're getting the exclusive English dub added to their game by the time the DLC comes out, which is what happened on all the final mixes, where they would just package the game again, but it was English dub only.
So do we get the German dub or something?
No.
Oh.
There is no German dub. They just did English and Japanese. Because under every Kingdom Hearts post is like, give us European dubbing, goddammit. They're adding to the DLC a new scenario called Remind, and have said nothing about it. Likely this will be related to Shion, because Nomura talked in Ultimanias and other guidebook and interviews about wanting to do stuff with that. Something called a Limit Cut episode, which is supposed to contain bosses and new scenes and battles that are in existing locations in the game. People
Finally
found
get
that
Sephiroth.
No, Bob, we're getting lightning.
Maybe.
I really hope
that
Sephiroth,
second
not
tower
lightning.
behind the one Tangled Tower will appear, and Sarah will be there.
Yes.
I forgot about
Finally,
that
they
one.
had to patch in your prediction.
Nomura had time to listen to our predictions, finally.
Yeah, all the stuff from the final one where I'm like, no, this is all for the DLC.
My favorite premonition, which it wasn't even a premonition, it was the opening preamble to the actual premonition, was there's no way they'll make you go up and down that mountain again. Smash cut to me, complete fiction. We made it up. A writer wrote this one.
Have you made that a video yet?
No, I'm working on it.
You have a busy time. So, Limit Cut, the way it's written in Japan, people took that and were looking if it was ever used in Kingdom Hearts before, and it has. It was used for stuff related to Kingdom Hearts 2's extra content, which included fighting every one of the organization members, only their endgame level. So people are excited that it probably means the same here. So there'll be a lot of cool extra like refight stuff. They promised
I wonder if
another.
it'll be like super boss versions of the fights we did, or if they'll be singled out one each.
I think they can single them out one each, like add an attack on it and just up their level by 20, and it'll be fine. Because going through critical mode, those fights are pretty well balanced to still do 1v1. I feel like 1v1 makes them a lot harder because no other party member can gang up on them. Because fighting, like some of the last ones I did, they can be kind of rough, even on crit. But
It's not like just hang back and let Roxas and Xion take care of it.
yeah. If you actually have to 1v1 those guys, they have a decent amount of varied attacks that you have to learn and some rewarding patterns that I think that 1v1s can totally work there. And that's something I want. I'd like the option to do like both. And I feel like you can do that because Dream Drop Distance, it was the first KH game to just give you a little portal next to every boss in the game and let you tap it to fight an endgame version of that boss, even like the Disney World ones. So I could see them doing that. They are adding a secret episode and a secret boss to it, and their description to that was, we're going to make the secret boss so hard you'll cry. And I'm like, oh, okay, so that's going to be this is referencing the next Kingdom Hearts game.
Oh, I wanted to see it so bad.
Because that's what the secret boss in Kingdom Hearts games were. Like in 1, you fought Xemnas, straight up. In 2, you fought Lingering Will. Birth by Sleep, you fight young Xehanort. Dream Drop Distance, you fought Julius, but that doesn't count. That's a Disney
Because
character.
that game had 8 months development time.
Like, who's Julius?
Oh, he's a Belmont.
Julius is from
Okay.
the Runaway Brain short that played before a Goofy movie.
Excuse me. Excuse
Yeah, he's
me.
like a real he's like a giant Pete looking guy.
He's a giant Frankenstein's monster version of Pete.
Okay.
Why not?
He's bullshit. He's like the worst boss in Kingdom Hearts history. He's really bad.
He's really bad. He's abysmally terrible. But you always meet whoever you fight like almost immediately. So I'm really excited to see what the hell the secret boss is.
Yeah, and saying it's in like a secret episode type thing is really exciting to me because I'm like, what if they just like make you play in a small truncated version of a location you're in that's only specific to that?
Mm-hmm.
I also kind of think that the plot is going to be about Stargirl because it's remind the character that was forgotten by everybody.
There's a lot. Gamer Premonition's coming soon. It's not, but it might be.
Don't promise.
Dan's like, no, I'm marking the file, KZ. Fuck you.
Bob, I really like that Nomura, after his game shipped, sat there and said, a lot of fans have been upset over the representation of one of the ladies in this game. So I'm going to make Xion more fleshed out.
Well, here's the thing. Xion, part Sora. That's why she gets to do this. I still am losing my
same
mind.
haircut as Kyrie at one point in her life, so it's a partial win.
We're almost there.
I'd like to congratulate myself For in September of 2017, I said to someone on Twitter to make them upset, Kyrie will do nothing and Xion will take her place.
Oh God,
and
you
that
did
happened.
say that? If we're being real here,
I believe Xion literally says, I'll fight for Kyrie.
yes, she does say that. Yes. If we're being real here, and they're giving me the choice between Kyrie and Xion, I'm gonna pick Xion every day. She is a better design.
Bob, how come we?
She's a more interesting character.
How come we could vaguely spoil Kingdom Hearts 3, which came out 4 months ago, but we still can't spoil Final Fantasy 15?
Final Fantasy 15
You
is
can't
apparently the
spoil
most.
Final Fantasy 15. Statute of limitations are up.
All right.
When it was...
And also the 15 stuff. We didn't make 8 podcasts setting up a Final Fantasy 15 experience. I feel like your entire audience has experienced Kingdom Hearts 3 by now.
Sure.
All right, let's go back and make a set up podcast for Final Fantasy 15.
Xeon, let me know what you thought of Kingdom Hearts 3 when you beat it. Put it in the comments.
Hail Xeon has no rights. And stop bringing up Final Fantasy 15. I said he could spoil it like fucking 7 podcasts ago. At least it feels like it. And the last thing is that as free DLC, a new Keyblade will be released with a new transformation attached to it, and that's just going to be free for everyone.
This one turns into a Burger King.
Oh, if it did, dude?
Goes right
What
to
if
the
Thor
7-Eleven
does
one.
it and goes, they're flipping hot, dude?
Didn't they add new collectibles in critical mode? Because I saw people posting like certificates you get.
Yeah.
And then
You
somebody
get a
was like,
certificate
hey,
for beating critical mode, and you get a certificate for getting every lucky emblem.
and then somebody was like, these certificates look like Oblivion and Oathbringer,
Yep.
Yeah.
which are the 2 Keyblades that Roxas uses. So I'm really hoping that at some point we just get those because they're cool.
So the form changes with the Burger King Keyblade summon the BK Kids from the 80s ads.
No, the form changes let you give out pissed meals, sad meals, salty meals, and don't give a fuck meals.
Those meals are iconic. I want to get one of those meals.
Oh, that's depressing.
And I'm a dab.
Casey orders a Burger King meal through a meal delivery app, and the person meeting him at the door just looks like he pities him so much.
He's like, hey, I have your yas. And I'm like, yeah!
If you go to
I
Burger
whip
King to
Nene,
order
break my neck on the doorstep.
yeah, you deserve it if you order the Yas meal from fucking Burger King.
What the fuck is the Yas meal?
I don't know,
So,
but it makes me
Did
go,
you not
yas.
see that? Did you not see the Burger King news, Dan?
No, I didn't see the Burger King news.
This is all real,
Burger King is like-
unfortunately.
In honor of, to show that we care about mental health, we're releasing the pissed meal, the salty meal, the don't give a fuck meal, the Yas meal, and the blue meal. Because sometimes you don't want a happy meal.
I am not going to believe you
You
until I
know-
see it myself. Burger King, oh no, why is that coming up? Auto predict. This can't be
What,
real.
do you think he could make up such gold?
He just is believing Onion articles.
I believe he quoted it saying, this is a fucking Onion article.
I did.
Okay, that sounds right.
Which you have to do that like every 2 weeks.
Don't give a fuck meal? What?
Yeah, because
Your mood.
Sometimes,
You're not happy.
DGAF.
Give a
I
fuck.
sometimes
cannot.
you just gotta yeet.
Oh, good. Of course, the top reply is Silence Brand, and the third top reply is Silence Brand, and the fifth top reply is Silence Brand, and the reply to that reply is Silence Brand.
Nah, I approve of this. I'm not one of those no fun allowed people.
No, this sucks.
you-
Corporation advertising is supposed to at least pretend that you can be happy, not be like, buy our food, you'll still feel like shit though.
I mean, yeah, that's the thing. Once we all start admitting that, we start moving towards the legit-ass dystopia. Once every corporation's like, fuck you, buy it.
Yeah, but I want to buy a box that has Yas on it.
Do you want me to draw
That also
Yas
pisses
on
me
a
off.
box?
Even the somewhat aesthetically pleasing boxes are ruined by having text under the weird symbols they made.
Yep.
The Yas symbol is the most upsetting though because it's an open mouth with buck teeth.
It's this right here, Bob.
Oh my God.
Here you go.
Which one is Uwu?
Uwu is not one of these, Bob, because Uwu might be happy. Somehow Yas is not that.
Yeah, that's what the golden arches are at fucking McDonald's.
True.
Ooh.
You just gotta spin it upside down. At select BK restaurants in Seattle, New York City, LA, Austin, and Miami.
Oh wait, this isn't even a national thing. This is just random large cities.
They're doing their test audience.
Only.
Top comment on that YouTube video. Burger King. Hi, what would you like to order? Me. I don't give a fuck. Burger King. Would you like fries with that?
So you want the Whopper? Yas. And that too? Okay.
Okay. See, now they're just
this is coming to Kingdom Hearts.
So all this does is remind me is how when I was a stupid child and we went to IHOP with my friend, everybody bullied my friend into this is my best friend, by the way, who does stupid things like put every form of coffee in a milkshake and stay awake for 48 hours.
Oh no, not that one.
Because he didn't know how much was enough. Like, that's the most important part of that story.
He didn't know how to make a coffee milkshake, so he put everything in. He went to the store, he bought every single thing with coffee on the label, and put it all in this milkshake, including 2 different kinds of coffee grounds.
Bob, I have leapt out of a vehicle you were driving, and I feel like I have better self-preservation instincts than that guy.
Right?
But the point of this long-winded story that we got distracted on is everybody made him order the smiley face pancake, but ask for them to make it a frown. And I feel like that's the level of these Burger King meals.
But see, now it's not special. That's the problem. Right? No.
True.
Well, being sad isn't special anymore, Dan.
Well, one, that's the last thing you want to tell someone who's sad. Let me tell you about engaging with chronic depression. The last thing you want to go and do is say, Bob, yeah, you're chronically depressed, but you're not even fucking unique.
Yeah, Bob is like, whoa, you have depression. Welcome to 2019. Everybody does. Get the fuck out.
And Bob jumps on his desk and flosses while frowning.
Woo?
I think that's more of an oh whoa, but okay.
So doing the default dancing, but the music is all at like a lower key, so it sounds depressed and slower.
Default dance in minor.
It's like Sonic Unleashed when you get an E rank.
So now that we've crafted a small hell dimension of a thought, Phil, you have news.
So yeah, Kingdom Hearts 3's DLC is very exciting.
So
any release date, KZ?
No.
Oh yeah. They were asked, you want to know when it's coming out? And he's like, yeah, when the hydrangeas are in bloom and it rains more, you'll get more information. Because Namor couldn't just say June. He had to make you solve the puzzle.
They did say it would be this year, though, so it'll be sometime this year.
They said they wanted to finish it this year, and that means E3 you'll see it.
Okay, so real quick, this is what Nomura's doing with the press right now, doing this hydrangea mystery. Kojima with the press right now is just like, my game's about being on the internet, but also being sad.
Well, you forget the shit he did for Metal Gear Solid 5, where he invented a person that people, including me, thought was a CGI person.
Oh, yeah, no, it was just bad. It was just bad.
He did that. They did 2 shows over the weekend, so people were wondering if we get more news the second day. He's like, I bet you guys heard. You want to know? You want to learn something new? They're like, yeah. And Namor said, the local shop ran out of rice balls. Also, you probably already know the DLC. Just look it up on social media.
Nomura, I like Nomura. Nomura is great.
He's always in a state of saying, I can't talk about that right now. Here's a riddle, and trolling.
Maybe I'll get that good about not talking about the Mighty Number 9 review someday.
So let's get through all of the negative news, the news about people who suck ass.
So all of yours then.
No, some of it's good. Riot Games is in trouble because, Riot Games, that's like, oh, we're a shitty frat house and people are suing us. Turns out to work at Riot Games, you have to sign a thing that says you can't sue them.
Wow.
You have to go to arbitration, which is legal code for you just achieve nothing.
We want to fuck you.
Yeah.
Basically, arbitration is you can come talk to us in private and not talk to anybody outside when we're abusing you.
Right. Arbitration is the legal castration of the person involved. They literally lose all power.
And turns out everybody who works at Riot had to sign that.
I feel like, them getting heat over shit would have been less than this getting out. That might just be.
No, I guarantee that it's worse.
It's weird. It's almost like this is the sort of company that would hire a man who walks around farting on people.
There's no proof of that. Is there proof of that?
I think there's proof of that.
Or do witnesses count as proof, KZ? Does testimony count as evidence?
Oh, no, not testimony of farting.
So Riot sucks. Let's move on to other people who suck, namely Randy Pitchford.
Good old Randy.
David Eddings, the voice of Claptrap, is no longer the voice of Claptrap because he wanted to be paid this time. Because the first 2 times he was a vice executive at Gearbox and was just like, it's fun, I'll voice Claptrap. The biggest, most marketable character of Borderlands.
Right.
Yeah.
And then they're like, well, since I don't work for you no more, how about you pay me this time? And Randy Pitchford's just like, ooh, gotta go with somebody else.
Now, the amazing thing about
Gotta
this
go
is,
with somebody else.
For those who don't know, Jim Ratgazer is actually a huge Borderlands fan, and even he hates the pre-sequel. But more importantly than that, he got, I don't know, less than 2 whole sentences into Claptrap talking, spun his head over at me and went, did they recast Claptrap? And I'm like, Jesus fuck, I didn't think he would notice.
They're in trouble.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's
that's a problem. Also, it's starting to make a lot of sense why Troy Baker isn't coming back to voice his Tales from the Borderlands character.
yeah, weird.
Also, David Eddings flat out called Randy Pitchford an embezzler on Twitter. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, he was like, maybe they should deposit the $12 million into the Gearbox account.
Gearbox's account, not implying that it went into Pitchford's pocket.
Yep.
In
I
other
think it's
Gearbox
fucking insane.
news,
well, real quick. I think it's fucking insane that 2K is letting Pitchford get out and do these presentations in the middle of this fucking firestorm. Like, why is he on stage presenting his game? Speaking of which, I watched that presentation where he's on stage and he's doing the gameplay demo. The dude gives me some giant enemy crabs vibe. The dude sounds like he's nervous as shit about his video game that is the most guaranteed fucking sales thing ever. He's just like, yeah, this person's head is an equalizer, which is really cool. Oh, that joke's really funny. That's just how Claptrap is.
Well, Tales from the Borderlands didn't sell especially well, and neither did pre-sequel. And it's been so long since either of those. I imagine internally he's a little bit like, what if this just doesn't fucking sell at all?
Then he's a fucking idiot and has no idea what the fucking appeal of his games are. Pre-sequel was dog shit, and Tales of the Borderland isn't even the same fucking genre.
Dan.
Yeah, what's up?
Randy Pitchford has explicitly said that he worries that the aesthetic of Borderlands holds it back and it needs to be realistic.
Yeah, I know. He's an idiot.
Speaking of more Gearbox things, Bob.
What's up?
Let's say a game lets you buy small cosmetic items for, $3 to $5. Would you call that a microtransaction?
Yeah, I guess so. Possibly.
Why are you shitting on me, Bob? Oh, God, I suck down so much shit all the time. Why is everybody in this industry dumping on me? Why are you doing this, man?
Oh, no, I upset Randy Pitchford.
That's our Bob, so villainous.
Yes.
Randy Pitchford has been having a multiple-day meltdown online over people calling the microtransactions in Borderlands 3 microtransactions. And you know what? I was going to be on his side. Because, maybe he meant there's no loot boxes and there's no gameplay.
That's what he said
boosts.
it was. He said the context he was talking about were loot boxes and that specific stuff because cosmetics is something he's always done.
And then it comes out that there's experience and loot boosters.
Oh, okay, then never mind.
And then I'm like, Randy, you're just... the new Molyneux, I would be willing to call him at this point.
Where
he just says
his
shit that
lies
is
aren't
completely
ambitious
untrue.
enough.
Yeah, he lies. He lies about what he ate for lunch. That's Pitchford. Fucking Molyneux lied about being on the moon. You want to lie to me? Be Molyneux. Don't fucking be Pitchford. That just makes me
Come on,
frustrated.
Dan. Pitchford tells legendary lies, like when he said that he won the name Gearbox from Gabe Newell in a card game. And then Gabe Newell was like, I never met the man until after Gearbox had been founded for multiple years.
Yeah. See, that's the thing, though. Like, and by the way, allegedly. There. Now we got our allegedlys out of the way for this segment.
Hold on. Allegedly.
Thank you. Yeah. I preferred to do the Steve Ballmer developers with it, just sit there and do like triplets. Anyway, he's that guy, who compulsively lies about the lamest shit. He just can't live with reality.
I ate a Nutrigrain bar. Wait, no, I didn't.
Yeah, he really is. He's just that person who, like, you get nothing out of this lie, but you just couldn't help telling it.
Yeah, me and David Hayter, we did a 2K walk on the weekend. David Hayter's like, I've never met him. Not sure what this is about.
I'm dummy thick.
I should go on a 2K walk. I'm dummy thick. And I keep alerting the Walmart employees when I try to steal things.
Oh, no. Allegedly.
Moving from one trash fire to another trash fire.
Oh, my God.
Star Citizen has been in development for 8 years and currently has a production budget of over $350 million.
Yep.
Star Citizen just integrated its first female player model.
How is that even possible?
I think it's impressive it's taken us 17 episodes to mention Star Citizen.
Well, what you're supposed to do is normally they're just a cult. And they exist in the background, and you try not to pay attention to them. They run at you holding pamphlets like, would you like to pay $500 for a spaceship that doesn't exist?
Maybe. Dan?
Is Mark Hamill in it?
Possibly. Is
No.
Mark Hamill in the spaceship?
Maybe my next podcast paycheck will be for spaceships and Star Citizen.
But you can't actually fly them, though, because the game's not real.
Casey,
they're doing
I will
free
let
event for the next week. I'm tempted to try it, but I'm afraid that I'll instantly have my brain siphoned out and be like, here money, Star Citizen.
They're doing a free event for something that doesn't exist?
Yes. Look, one module
I'm gonna
exists.
get 2 spaceships. Thank you, Dan.
No, I am not going to. I will just send you the money and you can do whatever with it, but I do not condone Star Citizenry.
Oh.
Dan is like, I don't care if you buy drugs with the money I give you, but I'm not going to buy them for you.
I'm going to be frank. I'd rather he buy drugs.
Dan walks into KZ's house, and KZ is looking at the JPEGs of the ships he can't fly because they're not in the game yet. And he's just like, come on, man, couldn't it be meth?
Come on.
You could have.
He's like, couldn't you just play Overwatch instead?
At least meth will run out. You're going to be moping and staring at this fucking thing for months. Years.
So, speaking of Overwatch, I have to punch down on that for a second.
Oh my God.
Okay. I'll punch up. It'll be all right.
IGN published an article saying Overwatch is still in phase 1 of its Avengers-esque story, to which I say, they already did the part where half their players disappear.
You saw that response too, didn't you?
But Tish.
Everybody made that response.
So, it took me 5 minutes to understand the story, and then I finally remembered how this is working, where Overwatch came out, right? And the storyline in Overwatch is like, Overwatch gets disbanded in like, I don't know, like the 80s or something? Because they're like, no, you can't have like your super group. And then they're trying to get them back together. And every short has been talking about how they get them back together. And it still hasn't happened yet.
Yeah. I mean, nobody there knows what the story is, I'm pretty sure. Because there's like 12 different backstories.
McCree is either 25, 40, or 150 years old.
I mean, yeah, that's the thing. Every time a new bit of story comes out, the entire community goes, this literally makes no sense given. And then it's a Wikipedia article full of corrections.
Yeah, I don't know how they have no way watching the lore on that thing. It's insane.
Look, Bob, it's not one of the most profitable games of 2017, okay? They can't afford a lore master.
It came out in 2016, I think. Didn't it come out in 2016?
I thought it was 2 years ago.
Yeah, but it still made a lot of money in 2017.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, you're right, 2016.
But I mean, Overwatch has the thing where like everybody was like, oh, Mercy must have made Reaper into Reaper. That's why they have all those voice lines talking to each other. And Reaper's like, you're the one who turned me into this. And then it comes out, no, it's this entirely different character we invented. Mercy had nothing to do with that. None of those lines make any fucking sense at all.
Yeah, everything in Overwatch is that.
Yeah.
Like I said on Twitter, the greatest lie the devil ever told was that Overwatch has lore.
It does have lore. You're just too blind to see it.
You're just too blind to see it. See, in order to read the lore and understand it as one cogent thing, your eyeballs need to both go sideways as you read two conflicting plot lines.
You know what Overwatch needs to do? It needs to do another 6-month ARG for one character.
No.
Did they do that?
Yes,
Yes.
and it was a mistake, and they even admitted it was a
Sombra.
fucking mistake. Sombra.
It was like over half a year of just fucking weird ARGs, websites, and loading into other loading screens, and it was hell.
Yeah, they didn't realize how long it was going to take for her to come out, and then they swung way too hard on the marketing campaign, and it was, oh boy. And all for a character that honestly didn't even blow up that much when she came out, but I don't know.
She was okay.
She was all right, but thank you for reminding me, Phil, that Overwatch came out in 2016, and I've been a very good boy and been clean for years. I should probably fall back into that horrible addiction. KZ, want to join?
Sure.
Oh no.
Oh, I was supposed to say no, wasn't I? Oh, no.
Your soul is mine.
I don't think you need more things to make you angry.
Why is that?
Because you have enough.
But if I stop being angry, I'll literally fall into a skeleton. It's the curse I've been given.
That's called finding peace, Dan.
I can't find peace, Phil.
I'll find video games for you to stream with me for 20 hours straight.
You have no idea.
Overwatch is one of those games where nobody I've ever known who plays it leaves playing it happy.
I do.
It's in the
Bob, I
it's in
seem
the same,
thrilled all the time,
No,
right?
you don't, Dan.
I seem like a much happier person.
You were. It was bad. It was really bad.
I felt fulfilled. The channel was doing great. I was doing great.
Every time a match ended, it was like either you begrudgingly started another one, or you would just. No, it was always just. It was another one, no matter what.
He's got to end on a high note.
Bob is just huddled in the corner, like if I attract his attention right now, he'll hit me.
We kind of get that vibe in general when we play Smash, where he immediately hits the rematch button. Only this was just re-queue.
Yeah, there's something like when you're playing Dragon Ball Fighters and you're like, we'll play best of 3, and then he just keeps hitting rematch over and over and over and over.
Because you keep voring him.
No, you guys don't understand the scale of problem of Overwatch if you think it's remotely comparable.
No, I don't.
No.
I think it's significant.
No, I meant
because
the
can tell
act
just
of
looking
like
at that game.
re-queuing and rematching. Like, I'm fucking, let's do it again.
Overwatch feels like the thing where Dan wins and is still mad.
Bob, will you tell Phil that he's wrong? Because I can't lie to him right now.
I don't want to lie to Phil either. I can't do that.
I'll lie to Phil. Phil, Nutrigrain bars are good.
Oh, now I want to eat the 7 more I have.
Yeah, do it all at once.
I still won't be full.
No, you won't. You'll just feel disgusting and diabetic.
You'll start shitting from your ears.
Now, I've been trying to get to the fact that Sega has had collapsing profits for like 5 minutes, so let's get to that.
Okay.
Sega's
Dan,
profits are
stop
down
talking about your life being
70%.
destroyed by a video game. Sega's fucking quarterlies are in. Okay.
Sega's profits are down 70% from last year, so they've said they're going to focus on their successful franchises to fix this. And I'm like, what were you focusing on that caused a drop?
Hey, sometimes you just gotta say something to the fucking board.
Right.
You just gotta say some words. And unfortunately, last year when they went before their board and they said, hey guys, we shitted and peated and farted.
I'm trying to think what made it fall.
That Valkyria Revolution. They can just throw it at that.
That came out more than a year ago.
They won't notice.
What he's trying to say, what Sega's trying to say is that they're going to buy the people who made Sonic Mania, and then they're going to bulk it up to a person team,
And they'll make a bad game. Okay.
What? No. You stop that.
Surely not.
Also,
That
the
is
Sonic Mania version of
ridiculous.
3D Blast.
Bob, what they would end up making if they bulked that team up to 100 people is just a thing with a shitload of objects in it that you run past at 100 miles an hour and it doesn't matter to the gameplay.
No, this time it'll be a game with 100% original zones.
The real Sonic
that-
starts here.
That'd be good. The real Sonic is coming out next year.
Please look forward to next year's celebration month, March Souls.
You should do that. That should be a real thing.
Shouldn't. I'll give that one to the community. You guys can have it. You guys can have March Souls.
That's so kind of you.
Most of my time is spent thinking of themed months, and I still haven't thought of one clever one for Sonic. It's like it's not easy.
You got to use like phrases or references to Sonic. You can't limit yourself.
Oh yeah, no.
Like,
I've even tried that. Like, turns out no month rhymes with chili dog.
Look, it's literally any month the hedgehog.
August the Hedgehog.
I like how Bob has a breakthrough after 10 seconds.
Castlevania the Netflix.
Yeah. That still kills me.
I like how Casey goes, see, Dan, Bob figured out a witty title in 10 seconds. And I'm like, yes, putting the Hedgehog at the end of the month is witty. That's what passes for witty in 2019.
It was brilliant. You reacted.
Super March EO Bros.
Dude, do that. You get to play Sunshine again.
It has to be May, so you can go Super Mario Bros. Just like the fucking slow beef who still mispronounces that deliberately.
Well,
anger me.
Yankees.
Technically, that's how that name's said.
No.
Yeah. Look, I'm sorry. Also,
No.
Also, KZ, it's not Paulo, it's Pollo.
No. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be just like Arthur. I'm gonna have a heated gamer moment right now.
Yeah, what the fuck is this about Arthur having a heated gaming moment?
Tell me when I can go into it.
You may go into it now.
Let me do the Sega one first, because they're both Sega. In other Sega news, a bunch more info for new Sakura Wars came out. It has over 100 people on staff. That's not a big deal. That's a normal game these days. It's using the Hedgehog engine, which I'm like, good. Now it can be used in a game that you don't run past all the environments real fast so they can't look nice. They explicitly made the cutscenes and the events using experience from the Yakuza games.
That's great.
That makes sense.
This was all in an interview.
Those are good cuts.
The combat system is going to be easier than previous games. I have no idea what any of those games played like, so I can't comment on that. I imagine they were somewhat cryptic because they were like a weird ancient RPG with dating sim mechanics. And it has 70 to 90 songs, the most in the series, which, considering it's a very music-heavy series, like there's focus on music, that's pretty cool. I'm still really excited for this game. It's if you've never heard of it before, it's supposed to be out early next year with localization at some point. I hope it's close to day and date. It isn't made by Atlas, so maybe it'll be relatively quickly.
If you've never heard of this game, tells you a bunch of information about the release, doesn't tell you about the game. What type of game is this? Some sort of.
The thing is, I don't know.
Okay, there we go.
Because it might the old ones were strategy RPGs with dating sim elements.
Okay.
I don't know if it's still a strategy RPG.
But I mean,
I kind of think it isn't.
Do you play as Sakura from Street Fighter, or do you date Sakura from Street Fighter?
So the plot of I'll go over this again. Sakura Wars is a steampunkish franchise that takes place in the early 1930s. It's an alternate history series. There's a specific type of Japanese theater that where women play all the roles, and it's very militaristic. Like they wear military uniforms when they appear in public and stuff, and there's very strict rules for them. And the cover, your party member is all women in it, and you're like a dude, and you pilot steampunk robots to fight xenomorphs. That's what happens in those games.
Do you get Lighthawk wings, or do you just look like Tenchi?
Technically, you look like My Goddess, which Tenchi ripped off. Since it's the same designer as My Goddess, who also does the designs for Tales of. Yep. So he has a lot of experience doing games. But this time, the designs are not done by that guy. They're done by Kubo Tite of Bleach fame.
Oh man, that's pretty tight.
Drawing outfits is the one thing he loves to do, so I'm glad he's happy now.
I agree, Dan.
You know, some people get upset when you imply that he doesn't enjoy writing storylines that are maybe garbage. Once again, I haven't experienced Bleach, so I have no opinions on that.
Well, if you go to our Patreon at patreon.com/GB podcast,
you can make Dan a liar today.
$3,500 a month. Dan will get to experience all of Bleach firsthand as we cover it extensively in that special podcast.
I literally...
And there's 4 movies.
I won't...
Man, those movies, one of those movies is really raw. I want to watch it again.
There's some raw aspects on all of those movies. By the way, Sakura Wars, interesting video game, seems to be more tactics based in terms of its normal gameplay. And then there's, of course, the visual novel stuff. The most recent one, Sakura Wars So Long My Love, used a active tactics system where you move around and that consumes time, and that's like the amount of stuff you can do during that turn.
Oh, man, it's like Residents of Fate.
Localized by Nippon Ichi Software of America, they included a very racist accent on an Asian character because it was 2009 and that was acceptable to do.
I will question none of what you just said.
They clearly thought it was because they did it.
Look, I assumed that it was originally a Chinese guy, and they would use the incredibly racist accent in Japan as well.
Right. They're staying true to the original artistic vision.
Of hatred.
Yes, of hatred. Yes.
Speaking of hatred.
The game Hatred?
Coming in 2 weeks on Arthur, the Aardvark, the cartoon that everybody watched at their grandma's house because she didn't have cable.
Arthur is an aardvark?
Yes, Arthur the Aardvark.
I have spent this
If you go look at the books that
trying
the
to
cartoon-
figure out what that motherfucker is.
If you go look at the original book,
What a way to figure it.
portrayed him as an aardvark with a big long nose, but when they animated it, I guess they decided he needed to have like a Mickey Mouse-esque round head.
You're blowing my fucking mind.
I'm glad. But anyway, on Monday, May 13th, Arthur is having a special episode where about arguments in video games, and presumably Arthur will have a heated gaming moment and say the N-word.
I don't believe that'll happen. But, I welcome
There's
you
so
to
many things
wish.
it could be.
It could
Maybe,
be anything.
You Neanderthal.
Maybe Buster, Arthur's good friend, beats Arthur in a fighting game and makes Arthur very salty and gets him posted on scrub quotes, so Arthur has him swatted.
His best friend dog dies that day, I assume.
It's very gripping. Bob said...
Bill, don't post that picture.
Bob said something along the lines of, how is this series still going? Or someone said that, and then we were
They
like...
do have a season every year since it started. I looked it up earlier.
It's PBS. If you get in good with PBS, you get to live forever. It's like a pact with the devil to become a Time Noid or a vampire.
Yeah. Unless you're like Zaboomafoo. That went out.
Excuse me, what?
Zaboomafoo.
Gesundheit?
You're not aware of PBS's greatest show, Zaboomafoo with the Kraft brothers.
No, I was not aware.
So there's a show called Zaboomafoo. It's about what I believed was like a monkey type thing. It was like a lemur.
Oh God!
And it was like a live action, but they also used puppets for it. And they'd like go to this little like jungle gym area and interact and show you different animals. Yep. And they would mix in real animals with puppets, and it was kind of raw.
Okay. By the way, Bob, that contract with the devil.
Yeah.
It starts with the phrase, "Here's an idea. I sell you my soul and get to live forever."
Is it also something you have to sign for Riot Games?
Yeah. All I have is a Zaboomafoo is this gif of him in the water.
Oh God, that thing! Just scroll up and get that out of there.
Oh my God.
Yeah, when he started describing what they do for the show, part of that came back to me, and I just quietly kept going, oh my God, please no.
Speaking of horrible animals, there was a new Mario Maker commercial, and we got a bunch more stuff showcased, mostly from Super Mario 3D World. And I'm very excited because the most important thing from Super Mario 3D World is back, which is Meowser.
God.
How?
I wonder what the context of Meowser Returns is, because you give zero context in these notes.
It's like a Batman Return situation.
So you can presumably you will just drop
himself.
Presumably you just drop the cat bell item onto Bowser and he becomes Meowser. Yep. I'm curious if his frame rate suddenly becomes 300.
I haven't seen that video forever. I need to go find it again.
It's really good.
But I'm very excited. Super Mario Maker 2 is going to be real good. I do wonder if at the end of the year, Jeff Gerstmann will just come in with an axe again and be like, no, this game will be game of the year. Like he did when the first one came out.
Yeah, it's very good. I think Mario Maker 2 should be the top.
And he's like, and then somebody else is like, but, and then you just hear a gun cock.
Oh shit, it's an axe gun.
I'm so excited. It's like 6.5 weeks or something like that until Dan's life has changed in a dark way once again.
Yeah, it's gonna be really tragic when I just play Bloodstained and ignore Super Mario Maker for the first 2 weeks.
Oh, did they come out around the same time?
The same day.
Same day for the Switch version, I believe.
Okay, so I get one good week of Bloodstained in, and then people expect me.
I think Super Mario Maker is still a Friday, so it would be the 28th.
10 days.
Cool. Great.
That's enough for 2 full runs.
2 full... 2? 2? Is that what you think? I'm only doing 2 in 10 days?
I like to think that we pile enough content onto your back and like Atlas holding it together. That's all you can do.
Everyone look forward to the big thing to mention that week, which is, quote, barely edited.
We covered 3 news articles.
No, here's what happened.
About graham crackers.
No one else says anything. Editing the audio around Casey talking was too hard. So it's the weirdest stand-up routine you've ever heard as Casey just talks to himself with an echo filter applied like he's on stage.
You see, you don't
club.
have to do any of that. Because what happens is after we go through our weeks, which you say, hey guys, can you go a little fast on that? And we do. It's like, it's time for news, and Phil goes, wait a minute, why'd you delete 18 of my stories? He's like, sorry, Phil, you can't bitch about 12 different sources for 2 minutes, not this time.
He's like, but...
Oh, well. I'll live.
You can't bitch about Blizzard or anything this time.
Hey, I heard you...
Look, KZ, you're very negative. Maybe Blizzard will completely get their act together 100% by the time that game comes out, and there won't be any embarrassing and illegal things they've been doing. Like requiring you to have an app on your phone that's full of spyware to get into BlizzCon.
That doesn't seem weird.
It's for security.
It's for security that you put on this app that keeps track of where you go, has access to all your contacts, routes through all your files, goes through your pictures, has fine print on the website that makes it that they're going to sell it to whoever they want. Fuck you.
Oh my God.
Don't worry about it.
Last year was just so traumatizing. People got so mad over Diablo Immortal that they're just like, this time you don't fucking get in if you don't have a phone. How about that?
You know what? If you're taking that direction, I'm somewhat okay with this.
Just to own the gamers?
We sometimes my Twitter feed was in shambles, all right? They said they were making another one. They said it in advance.
No, they did not. They did not say that they were making Diablo 4 until after shit blew up. That's why it blew up.
No, I remember weeks before they said we have multiple Diablo things, but we don't have anything huge to show you this
time. They just said we have Diablo things in production, and then after shit blew up, they went, one of them is Diablo 4, when they just should have said at the end of that presentation, also we're making Diablo 4. Nintendo knew to do that.
Between the lines weeks ago, you would have known they were making a big Diablo thing.
I mean, guys, the problem was they did a gigantic thing for that. If they just said, "Oh, we're working on a mobile game," that'd be fine.
They did a gigantic thing for it, and as Casey was saying, they definitely implied leading into it that a big deal was coming.
Yeah, they implied that it'd be a big deal.
And then it was a phone game.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
They at BlizzCon they didn't have all of their Diablo stuff to show them.
What is with game companies? Game companies, listen to me. I know what your fucking tone should be. Please hire me to present your game because I cannot deal with Randy Pitchford with his tail in between his legs presenting Borderlands 3 and Blizzard coming out there like they're announcing Diablo 4 while they're talking about a phone game.
Dan, you're too judgmental. Randy Pitchford is only so nervous because he might be arrested at any second.
Look, all I'm
At
saying.
any moment, someone could say, "Take the shot."
He's so nervous because he's scanning all doorways for a SWAT team at all moments.
Look, all I'm saying
Allegedly.
then is that they make drugs for that, and there's no way they can't get him that for that presentation.
He's taken some drugs before the shows, allegedly.
I haven't zoomed in to see how his pupils are doing.
I don't. He's very sweaty, very Johnny V-like.
He's got a strong Vinaki aura.
Yup.
I'm just gonna read this next article exactly as I wrote it. Gungrave Gore logo revealed, semicolon, also exists.
Bob, these guys
I
were
didn't
not
know
hyped
that
for
they
the
were
next
making-
Gungrave game.
Yeah, how did you
Jesus
guys
Christ.
miss the announcement of a new Gungrave
It's
game?
fucking Gungrave, you guys.
Gungrave.
The dude swings a coffin, you guys.
His name is no, it isn't. That isn't the protagonist's name. But all I know is that Gungrave has a character named Rocket Billy Red Cadillac.
Yeah.
Yes.
Rockabilly Red Cadillac. Yeah.
Because all the character designs and names are by the Trigun guy, who is insane.
Yeah, it's great. Gungrave's a great game. We've actually had the VR game sitting here on our shelf waiting to be played on a live stream.
That is a prologue to this.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I'm excited.
We're very excited.
I can't say anything else about it because there's a trailer for it that is like a guy's veins getting more pronounced and him screaming, and then that's the trailer.
I looked up Gungrave. I believe I heard of like a PS2 game for Gungrave, I think.
Yeah, there are
Yes,
two.
there are
yeah,
two
Gungrave
PS2 games.
and Gungrave Overdrive.
Overdose.
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 Yeah.
OD.
Upon Googling it, I'm like, oh, I remember these designs. And they're like, what network showed this? G4 Tech TV and
Yeah.
G4?
The anime is
Unleashed?
awful, but the games.
The games are Kino.
Are they?
And the,
Okay, check this out, everyone. One moment. Bob is at the opening of 1 or 2 where they say the phrase and then he explodes out of it.
I believe that's the opening of 2.
Okay, the fucking opening of the second Gungrave game is like panning shots of this area and someone explaining who this dude is. And then they say the name like because keep in mind, his whole thing, for whatever reason, they're like from beyond the grave or whatever. And then the dude explodes out of a coffin and murders shitloads of people. It is the coolest shit, man.
Yeah, I
They
believe
basically looked at Wolfwood from Trigun and were like, what if that was even more raw?
What if he was a fucking vampire and metal as shit?
Like, then there's the other Wolfwood that's even more raw, that is his rival.
Yes, that's true. But yeah, it's Englishy, so technically I think they say beyond the grave. And then he explodes out of it and murders people. But either way, it's Kino.
You're selling me.
It's easy when
now,
it's Gungrave.
Anything that guy is involved in as Kino is shit.
Unfortunately, the gameplay is really bad, but it's hilarious.
Don't tell them I'm running a bouncer bit!
Oh no!
Tell them in advance that it's bad!
Bob,
I'm censored.
thank you. I want to show you right now. I was on the shop page.
I thought the first one was good.
I'm checking this out. Let me see.
Look, it's a lot of mashing the square button, which I enjoy,
on
but
the
some
shop
people
page
are
right
racist
now.
to get the square button.
Yeah.
And I can't control that. I have to warn people up front. The Gungrave's probably a bad game because they hate the square button. They don't like hitting it. They get tired.
I was like, I can
cowards.
get both of these for like $30.
He has posted the page. He is, in fact, looking at both Gungrave.
Entry
should
from
do it.
wikigames.com.
Check out our Amazon affiliate link in the description to buy Gungrave. Oh, man.
Well, I can get Gungrave Overdose complete in box with booklet.
Overdose, the one where you can play as Billy Red Cadillac.
Rockabilly Red Cadillac. Yeah.
And there's also a guy with a sword and fire coming out of his back.
That's dope.
It is!
Gungrave is raw, just like Trigun.
We did a video on the original Gungrave. Did we never get around to doing Overdose?
Maybe not.
Well, shit.
Just like Blood Blockade Battlefront, which is the new thing by that guy.
Yeah, that thing was pretty good.
I enjoy how insane it is.
Yeah.
I can't believe you almost tricked me into getting interested in Gungrave.
It's a great experience, even if it's a bad game.
You keep doing this shit. I can only trust Bob.
Sometimes a bad game is Kino, like Deadly Premonition, which has cars that control like broken shopping carts and looks hideous and is bad to control, but it's the most Kino shit in the world.
Okay, You mentioning the bouncer reminded me of that. I had read a FAQ for a game recently where someone was defending the game in it because it was at the time the game came out, and I thought it was the bouncer, but no, it was Devil May Cry 2. And I found a 2002 walkthrough that went, well, what can I say? A lot of people were extremely unhappy about this game. I, for one, am not one of them. Sure, it didn't live up to all the expectations for best game ever, but I never expected it to be. I just wanted a fun action game after playing Rygar, and I got it in spades.
I would so much rather play the PS2 Rygar than DMC2.
I still haven't played that. I need to. It's got to be better than DMC2.
February of 2002.
I don't know how they did it. I got home from the video store with Devil May Cry 2 and knew within the hour I was gypped.
I like Bob calling it the video store.
Okay, I got that from, well, I'm not sure if it was Software Etc. or GameStop yet.
That's even better. It wasn't even a rental store, so you calling it a video store was incredibly inaccurate and dated.
Okay, this whole summary you put up, which I went through half of it just now, pretty bad. DMC2 is much easier than the first one. It gives you
what does this podcast become? Hey, Phil, what's your next thing of news?
Yeah, let's get all this over.
You shouldn't be proud for being DMC1 on Dante Must Die unless you want your dick to get big.
Toho Antimony of Common Flowers is coming to PS4, which is an excellent fighting game.
Fuck you and fuck these titles.
It is the follow-up to the first Toho fighting game, Toho Urban Legend in Limbo.
I don't even believe you. That's impossible.
No, I believe him.
It's a sequel to
If you
Untitled
want the full story of Toho, you need to read the new light novel, Toho Alternative Facts in Eastern Utopia.
That's one of those dumb titles you're like, I know by heart because it's stupid.
My favorite thing about Toho titles is all of them actually make fucking sense if you play the game. Or remake, whatever it is. Urban Legend in Limbo is about rumors beginning to come true in the setting of the game, which is basically like a limbo all missing things fall into.
More of this type of shit needs to get into the mainstream. All right? Because all the mainstream media has right now is Kingdom Hearts to make fun of.
I agree. I would love
Under Night
more
In-Birth
people
occasionally.
Yeah, Under Night, and then like they just have to make fun of French bread and Arxis begin round texts, where it says things like, the wheel of fate is turning, Rebel 1, let's rock.
I feel like this news story is a good part to bring up. So we had to buy children's books for the baby shower. Bob got children's Japanese children's stories. I'm like, good. Bob got that. I got a book about an angry dragon. If it turns out to be a scaly, it's my fault. And if it turns out to be a weeb, it's Bob's fault. Put a curse on the children.
Both.
Yeah, what
then
if it turns out to be both?
Then we're fucked. We're not
what if this kid is like 15 and is like Uncle Dan? I sure love Idea Factory and Compile Art.
No!
I don't know what I do at that point. There's no legal course of action because my first thought was lock them in a fallout shelter. We have to keep them separate from society.
You have to turn them into Brendan Fraser from Blast from the Past, or whatever that movie is where he's in a blast shelter for 10 years.
I still have not even seen a trailer for that, but I don't doubt that it exists. You could just
he comes out and he's like mentally 13, but he's like it's like if Brendan Fraser was the star of Big.
Okay, that sounds like an improvement. So has anyone played Antinomy? Is it Antimony?
Yeah, I played it. Antimony. I'm pretty sure it's Antimony.
Okay,
all the Toho fighting games are really good.
Yeah, it's not Antimony, it's Antinomy. No, whatever. I can't say that word.
I can't wait until we finish one of these podcasts, and I'm like, so you want to play Antimony of Common Flowers?
I'm gonna be like, no.
I'm never going to happen.
I'm glad this is coming to console. I like playing fighting games on console. It makes it easier to deal with a lot of things.
Yeah.
I played a Toho fighting game at one point, but it was like years ago.
And it looks
it's the one they have all the sprites that are used on Salty Bet.
I think that's this one. Or no, I think they upgraded him for this one, so it would have been Urban Legend in Limbo.
Yeah, it had to have been like 20.
Urban
2010.
Legend in Limbo is raw because there's a character whose ultra super move is they just pull out a normal gun, but because they're a Japanese high school student, it's a 3D printed gun, and they hunch over it like a little gremlin and just shoot you.
And for the people that will be asking, and to put in the timestamps, I played Toho Hisoten Soku. I had to look that up.
Okay.
Good luck spelling that.
Joke's on you. I'm not going to try to spell that.
Hey, I wasn't going to have you spell it. We have timestamp people in the comments.
True.
Just use the English name.
Goku no Yasukyoku.
I think the one KZ is talking about is Toho lacking perception of the rule of heaven in the East, chasing the enigma of the super dreadnought Gignol.
Wow. Okay.
I wish I didn't show up.
Well,
And I was wrong. There's been like 5 Toho fighting games.
KZ, what do you have going on for the next week?
All right. If this comes out on time, which I doubt it. I mean, there's not much time this time, but Tuesday, I'm going to be starting my Kingdom Hearts marathon stuff where I stream Kingdom Hearts every day. There's potential of Dan arriving in the drive-thru of like a Taco Bell calling into the stream. That might be cool.
Dan will be like, play better, KZ, and then he'll turn his head and be like, no, you give me that shredded chicken. You don't fucking forget to give me that fucking gordita this time. I'll be back. I'll come back if you forget.
I'm going to
Cook it.
position the phone
Cook my food.
so you can hear them and me, and I'm going to be like, oh, yes, I want the crunch wrap, but can you give me the chicken? You keep giving me the beef, and it gives me the shits. Oh, God, it's happening again.
Also,
Like,
he will not
make
try to
sure-
tell me to play better. He'll be too busy having a conversation with Creed
Make sure to grill the quesadilla.
that Creed does not want to be involved in.
Poor Creed. Just every time him and Dan are together, Dan is like,
No, not poor Creed.
poor KZ, but also poor Creed. Because Dan's just like, come here, Creed, I'll teach you how to be a Chad. And Creed's just so uncomfortable.
It's funny how this is how it gets portrayed, and I'm like, hey, Creed, why are you sad? And he's like, 'cause I don't got a girlfriend. And I'm like, well, let's talk about how you can solve that, you know? Like, what's the problem with you talking to ladies? And he's like, well, you know, it's hard to talk to coworkers. And I'm like, well, have you tried finding common interests? And he's like, why are you being mean? And I'm like, Creed, please stop crying.
Please
Creed's
send
just like,
him this part of the podcast.
He will.
I don't have a girlfriend because Jeff Bezos electrocutes me if I express any interest in anything but work.
God.
My chat, anytime we're mentioning these streams, is like, can't wait for you to get Dan so he can watch back cover again.
No.
Why are they like this?
No.
My Alexa just grows limbs and kicks the shit out of me.
I mean, I'm doing the DS games instead of doing the movies to circumvent this problem, but they're like, no, man, you gotta truly experience it.
I'm down for watching back cover an 8th time.
Oh, feel as you get your little tendrils into Dan's butthole, setting him on this dark path. But that'll take like a month to get done. So that'll be my life, and I'm super behind because fucking Feel gave me an evil virus.
It's true. He cast an evil spell.
I've never been sick because idiots can't get colds.
What?
It's an anime thing where they say idiots don't get colds, so the stupid character will say, I've never been sick, and then somebody will say that because it's a Japanese folklore.
Hey,
I guess
you're
it
not
can't
an
be
idiot.
helped. Bob.
You're a bitch-ass motherfucker who pissed on my wife, but you're not an idiot.
Hey, Bob.
Hey, Dan.
What are you doing over the next week?
I assume we're doing more Castlevania, man.
That's right. It's Castlemania. There's going to be at least one video coming out every day this month. So far, we've seen Getsu no Fumaden. Wait, subtract the no from that. Getsu Fumaden, Castlevania 1 and 2 on the Famicom Disk System, Konami YY World. By the time this comes out, many more things will have come out. For example, Haunted Castle, Castlevania the Adventure, where Hail Zeon has to stay there the whole time, and I drag him through that miserable fucking game.
Oh no!
Will anything that doesn't make a human being want to die come out?
Yes, presumably at some point something that isn't Haunted Castle or Castlevania the Adventure will come out. The entire next week is where Castlevania really gets amazing. So we're going to get, Later on this week, Super Castlevania 4, Rondo of Blood, Bloodlines, the really good stuff. Castlevania The Adventure 2, which is an amazing game. And also Kid Dracula, which is also really great in a lot of ways.
Maybe your videos will process properly.
Then you hit Castlevania 64 and the other one, and then it goes back to Kino with the Igavanias.
The Castlevania month has a real arc to it, whereas Mega May just sort of dries out and you start drinking near the end. Sonic month is schizophrenic. Like, Castlevania does ebbs and flows. Sonic month is like, here's the best game of the series, and also Sonic Labyrinth.
Mega May is just like, it starts out fine and then slowly becomes Silent Hill, and at the end, Pyramid Head shows up, but he has Beck's face.
Yeah, that's an accurate portrayal. But yeah, we're going to be doing that.
He's just doing that smirk.
The one on the limited edition or signature edition with the doll. Ugh. But yeah, we're premiering new videos every day, which means you get to watch them live with other people, which has been really fun. Chubstrish didn't realize it was pre-recorded, so he super chatted 100 secs. And then someone goes, the moment he did this, someone went, should we tell him it's not live? And it wasn't me. That was a pretty fun moment, but then I was luckily there to thank him for his super chat.
Stan comes in and oops.
At least his super chat is immortalized because the live chat gets embedded into these videos forever. So,
it does,
yep.
And I think that's cool.
It is really cool. It's really great to get to see all the Bob pleases that you wouldn't get as comments because,
Yeah, that made that Castlevania 1 video really special.
It really did.
That Castlevania 1 video.
That moment where everyone saw me grab the cross for the second time, that chat died. They were like, oh, no.
I like this recent comment you got for Konami YY World. Back in 2018, I was excited for Mega May. And then it turns out the series is full of obscure, awful titles that are horrible to watch. This May, I should have known better.
We do one spin-off game, and this is what we get.
What? Where's the Castlevania NES board game?
Right?
I'd rather have a franchise filled with weird spin-offs in entirely different genres that have bizarre cryptic mechanics than something like Assassin's Creed, where it's just like a slog through gray goo for 15 years.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah.
It's just like, oh god, I slogged through 10 years of Assassin's Creed, what do you have for me? MMO loot! And then that person just blows their brains out.
Please look forward to Assassin's Creed February. We're not even going to try to make a pun out of that one, where we're going to have a co-host Creed.
Aren't they like, what are they at, 15 Assassin's Creed games?
Something
I don't
like
think
that.
so, no.
No, they're at a pretty high number.
It's like unreasonably high.
It's about 13.
You got
They
like the
did one
DS
every-
version of one.
There are two DS ones.
There's 2 DS ones
They did
and
one every
Liberation.
year. They did 2 DS ones. There was Liberation, and then there was the weird indie ones that it's like, we're never going to make games in Asia or India, so let's set this weird 2D platformer there.
Right.
Yeah.
They made 2 in a year when they did Unity and Rogue.
So there's like 18.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Because they did a last gen one and then they did a current gen one.
I'm feeling sick, Bob.
Yeah, it's rough. There's way too many.
You've stepped into hell.
Yeah,
A month where every other day we're doing 18-hour streams of Assassin's Creed.
Oh, God.
No.
Don't say long
No.
streams. I'm contractually obligated if
No.
the stream is set to be over 6 to go into it. Go Apple of Eden. That's wrong.
You know,
There is
Bob.
21 as of right now.
Jesus Christ.
Hey,
my God.
give it like 5 or 6 more years.
Oh,
might
wait.
be maybe
Two
bonus
of those-
titles.
2 of those are what?
2 of those are mobile games, so there's only 19.
You think that stops
No.
us?
Oh,
We're
but wait,
doing...
you can capture footage from mobile.
Yeah, no, we're doing Order of Shadows, the Nokia phone fucking Castlevania game.
Oh,
Just give it
then
a few more years. We can make a February out of it.
We only need like one more year and it'll be up to 28.
This is math. Bob's really good at fiscals. How much money we're going to
Mr.
make this
Field.
year, Bob? Trillions.
I have an important question, Phil. What are you doing this week?
I will continue streaming Mega Man games.
Cool.
I will be doing, by the time this comes out, I will have probably beaten 3 and 4 on stream. I might be shuffling up what I do a little bit because I looked at the schedule and I'm like, I will be lucky to get out of Classic and I'd like to at least show, X and maybe play some of Legends because I enjoy Legends.
Yeah, Legends.
Because I have a disc,
And
so I'm
Zero.
just like, well, I have a disc, so I'll just fucking emulate it. I don't give a shit. I have the disc. I'll emulate it off the disc like a good boy. Run it through an upscaler so it looks really nice.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe I'll play clones of Mega Man like Rosencruz Stilette and
Better.
Mega Man on DOS.
And if somehow Ace of Cards comes out this month, which I think it might suddenly drop because it got delayed from April, I might just do that because it's basically just Mega Man.
Nice.
But yeah, the most recent thing when this comes out will probably be me streaming 5 and 6, and then after that, I don't know, maybe I'll do 7 and X in one stream.
Cool. And they can find you over where for that?
Twitch.tv/Mr. Feels Wild Ride.
Cool. And the same thing, but /KZ Excellent for KZ Excellent's Twitch, because he does all of his streaming on Twitch, for those who don't know.
Mm-hmm. It's in my contract. I can't leave.
Can't run away. They'll find me.
Yeah, non-compete clause in those.
Oh, that's cool.
He already has to beat YouTube with a stick because if you make a video saying you're streaming on another site, they get upset.
Yeah, I
True.
know. I know that.
I saw someone get fucking a community guideline strike because they did that.
Yep.
I don't think it's happened again, but
It's a perfect service. There are no problems. Stop complaining. Enjoy your cafeteria food.
I will enjoy it.
I just want to say thank you, KZ, for putting yourself through this podcast. I'm glad we could just get it recorded because I know you're not feeling great. And honestly, in case you guys couldn't tell, I'm not either. Hey, Bob, what were the 2 desserts I ate at that fucking baby shower?
Oh no.
Oh no.
A thing covered in blue food dye and another thing covered in blue food dye.
No.
I've been dying for hours.
Oh, Dan.
Why?
Because it was fucking tasty. Do you think I had a strategy?
There was at least one of them. Maybe it wasn't food dye. That could have just been real blueberries.
Real blueberries, maybe. I don't think so. But
Yeah,
the other
probably
one,
not.
It was blueberries from Nutrigrain bars.
the best part is the bride was like, "Yeah, I had her make it purple because you have to use so much food dye to get it black using black dye." And then she was like, "Yeah, we would all be running around with black tongues and teeth. That would be weird." And I was like, "Yes, but now I'll perish. I died so you don't look goofy."
Oh, you're allergic to blue food dye.
I don't know how this
fucking
happened,
forgot.
but I ate the Mega Man cereal, and ever since, blue food dye kills me.
You threw me off. I thought you were going to say I was allergic to blue food dye.
You might be.
I forgot. I assumed you were just like, oh, I was a little bit ill, and then I ate a bunch of sugar, so I feel bad. And then I was like, no, wait. He had to stop drinking blueberry Red Bull because it killed him.
Yeah, no, I drink that like once every few months now is the point I'm at with that. And even then it's fine. But yeah, no, oh my God. I'm dying. So we're going to end this podcast. Thank you all supporters. Thank you so much. Please enjoy your Castlemania. Please enjoy your Mega Maze. Please enjoy your May Your Heart Be Your Guiding Keys. Enjoy everything.
And may the 4th be with you.
Fuck off! Yeah! Thanks for listening to this episode of Big Think Dimension. This show, like our other podcasts, is only possible with the generous time our co-hosts have given to us and the equipment we've bought to make it higher quality and easier to produce. Please consider supporting our podcast series on our GigaBoots podcast Patreon and look forward to more gamer premonitions and Big Think Dimension in the future.